Hello and welcome to the Free Cheese episode 241. I'm your Joe Dix, joined by Matt Zellner.
Hello.
Marc Augustiniak.
Hey.
The Free Cheese, the weekly video game podcast about video games brought to you once a week by thefreecheese.com. Ben forgot how to get here again, so we must wait one more week to find out what color is inside.
Northwest, southwest.
That's what I told him, but he didn't. Yeah.
Stuck in the Lost Woods, man.
I know. You been playing a lot of that Zelda, huh?
Yeah.
Oof.
Yeah. My sleep schedule completely
Back to the old Mark, huh?
I think this is the worst it's ever been.
Oof, that's not good.
Like, I wake up at 6 p.m.
You were there for a while, though. Or was it like 5?
Yeah, like a
Well, you know what?
average,
Hold on.
average 2
Hold
to
on.
4.
Give yourself some credit. We did lose an hour recently, so technically, you're waking up at 5 p.m.
That's
it's just
true.
a different color for 5, you know?
Yeah.
It's more brighter out now.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
For 6.
I did realize the little window that I do have that's not blocked. I see a little bit of sunlight. I'm like, oh, it's not completely nightfall, but
Did you get one of those sad lights? You should probably get one of those if you're going to be doing this.
I know. No. I think I can wait it out. You know, it'll be a little warmer coming up. Start to be in the 50s.
Oh, my God.
It'll start.
Snowed today again, didn't it?
It did.
It snowed this week.
It snowed
Well,
on
it
the
snowed this
day
week.
of spring.
I
First
know.
day of spring.
I know. I was there. I was happy as fuck.
Was not.
Why?
Are you kidding me?
I got out of work with pay, although didn't know that until way after. I called out.
Well, I mean, that's fine. But weather itself, no.
Yeah.
Good for you, got out of work. But
Yeah, weather sucks.
I didn't. I had to
It
go
was
in.
fucking dope. I had a good day off. I was sick, but good day off. I was pissed, though, because I was like, look, I'm sick. I'm not going to go in just to wait on them to send us all home. I'm calling out. I don't feel well. And Matt texted me 40 minutes later. He's like, dumbass. We all got paid. And I was like, fuck. And it turns out we're all getting paid anyway.
That's good.
Yeah, it was good.
I still had to go in.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Full day?
Mm-hmm.
What?
But it was. I benefited from it because
You learned how to drive in the snow. There was,
no,
look.
that's the thing. Everybody was driving. They're getting out early because they thought the weather was good. I mean, not thought, but like the weather's gonna be bad, so let's try to leave early.
Dude, I mean, it
But
was
because of
pouring
that-
down heavy ass snow by like 10 a.m.
Right, but because of this, traffic was extremely worse.
Oh, yeah.
So we waited it out for the plows to come through. So the roads were nice and clear by the time I was going home.
Yeah, I guess that's
So I
fair.
didn't have much crap to deal with.
I guess it's fair. I was happy to stay indoors all day. We had a man bring some sandwiches.
That's thoughtful.
That's good.
I drank some orange juice.
That's
Orange.
it's high caliber.
Yeah.
It's high caliber juice.
Now I'm on the other end of it. I don't feel terrible anymore. Got a little bit of a like,
Just a little bit of phlegm.
yeah, and just coffee. Not coffee, but like I am coffee.
Coughing.
I am coffee.
Coughing.
Coffee. How's your week? You don't like the snow.
Oh, I hate the snow.
Hate the snow.
Same.
I mean, it got me a day off, which I'll take that. But no, I hate the snow. However, Thursday it's going to be in the 60s for a certain event.
WrestleMania.
No, that's 2 weeks away.
Ah.
No, opening day.
When's that?
Thursday.
Why? That seems early.
It's the earliest an opening day has ever been.
I've never been to an opening day.
You're not missing much.
That is the one game where you will wait in line for bathrooms and beers. All other
So bring a catheter.
no, it's just because it's crowded. It's the only game where it's like really crowded.
I mean,
there's
I'll
a lot
just
of people there.
I'll just wear a tube in the bag. I won't have to wait in any lines.
You
Just-
can do that. That's fine.
You left
That's
something
fair.
out there, Matthew.
What?
60s and thunderstorms is what I'm seeing here.
That's fine.
It's
We'll
gonna
be
be
fine.
it's gonna be a humid Harry out there.
a bloodbath.
It's fine because the game was not until like 2 or 3 when and sitting there. We'll be fine.
You have to bring the sheet over the field and cover it for a little bit.
A little rain delay. Sorry, in April last year was pretty bad with the rain delays.
Everyone's gonna be too drunk to not care anyway.
Day drinking, huh?
Yeah.
It's gonna be a good time.
So I'm not going to the game this year. I'm going to sit this one out on the sidelines, either at a bar or at home.
Play your Switch. I'm off Thursday. If you want to go watch the game at I'm going to play my Switch instead.
That's fine.
I've just
That's
decided.
good. I'm actually watching the game.
Oh.
No, that's exciting.
Yeah, it is. I guess
For me, it is.
I like the end of baseball season. That's the best time of the year.
I do like the environment. I would admit. I mean, I don't go to baseball games often, but one of the times when I did go there, I still didn't know dick about baseball really. But just I don't know, just
That
the
feeling
vibes.
of like sticky beer on your shoes and
Yeah.
you're stepping on peanut shells
Mhm.
and everyone smells like puke and piss.
That's home, man. That's home.
So,
I get it. I haven't been to a baseball game in years. Literal years. Oh, why am I bleeding?
I don't.
You have a Band-Aid on your hand.
I do. I stabbed myself today
What
by
kind of
accident.
Band-Aid?
Charlie Brown and the Pumpkin Patch.
Usual.
See,
Go to.
I got pumpkins. I only buy my Band-Aids in October when they have pumpkins on them. Then I use them
okay.
throughout the year.
Okay.
But this one just started bleeding over here. I guess it's dry now, but
I stabbed my thumb opening a box.
that's fun.
How's
Yeah.
that wrong with you all? Stabbing?
Well, the weird thing is, like, I thought it was gonna start gushing,
Mm.
and it didn't. So that's that's the most I've got from it. Just
I dropped a pen, and as I bent down to pick it up, it was still mid-bounce because I have cat-like reflexes and I'm that fast. But on the bounce up, got me.
That hard?
Yeah, that's a sharp point.
Mm.
That's what it is. And what else it is video games. That's what this podcast is about. I don't know if
Is
you knew
it?
that.
oh yeah.
We played some video games. Speaking of baseballs,
MLB The Show came out.
that game came out for you. Did you dive in midnight o'clock?
I did dive in midnight o'clock until 2.
How is MLB The Show 18?
18.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did not get into all the modes yet. I'm we're at that time of year where the game has come out, but the rosters that I want in more detail have not been created yet by users. So I've been patiently awaiting them. However, I did start a new road to the show. I did not bring over my purse. I want to start fresh this year. See the new
This is the first time you've started fresh?
in 2 years.
Oh, okay. Because technically you could have been bringing this shit along since like 09, right?
Yeah, since PS4, I think. I think the first.
But didn't they have a PS3 to PS4 transfer? One of them did that.
probably.
That's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
technically you could have been,
Yeah, for
and
us-
you could have gone on the road with Vita.
Oh, I don't know the Vita version because
You could.
the PS3 ones didn't start doing that until like midway. Through
I remember that, but I
Yeah.
remember there was something where you could start sharing the PS3 and the Vita one. They called that transferring.
fucking hate
Same
it.
with Monster Hunter.
So you mentioned that you have to wait for the fans to update the rosters. Why are because these developers seem the San Diego studio very
It's-
they are baseball.
They are baseball.
Why are
yeah.
they not?
So it's a licensing thing. So they can only put players that have touched an MLB field.
As of a certain date.
Yeah, or just in general. So like if because there's all the levels of minor leagues, right?
Got it.
The lower level minor league players have not touched an MLB field ever, so they're not licensed to be in the game. So, but what someone will go through all the prospects on each team, kind of edit the stats. Yeah, I know it's grimy, dirty work
Jesus.
that someone is dedicated to do for people like me.
All right.
So yeah,
Why does that matter? I'm just asking.
I know a couple prospects, and like in franchise mode, especially once you get into like years 5 and 6, if you simulate enough,
Yeah.
you start to see those prospects start to blossom and bloom into the MLB roster. And I'd rather me know the prospect's name than it be Joe Schmo, who's
makes
randomly generated.
Joe Schmo. You remember that show?
Mm,
Joe Schmo?
No,
It's like a Spike TV or something like that.
that's probably why.
Did it come on after the Video Game Awards?
It was like one of those.
Hosted by Joe McHale.
It was one of those early ass reality TV shows. The Joe Schmo Show. Hold on, where's this guy at? As
What
soon
was
as you
it?
see his face.
Was it like a prank show or something?
No, it was reality TV. Like back in those days.
Oh, all right.
Joe Schmo reality. Where's the fucking guy? Well, I'm telling you, when you see this guy, you're gonna go, "Oh, that guy. He was
Joe Rogan?
there. He is. What is going on? Remember him?
What?
This fucking doof.
I don't.
Here we go.
I
Here
don't
we
think
go.
I remember this.
What is going on? What
What is going on?
If I remember correctly, he didn't know he was on a reality TV show, but everyone else did. And then they fucking revealed it to him, and his response was that.
Wait, that's not scripted?
Everyone else was scripted but him.
Yeah, so it's just a whole Truman Show thing.
Or, yeah, basically.
That's great.
Wait, how can that be legal? He has to know.
He didn't know. And they did it for 3 fucking seasons. Not to him.
So it's like he didn't get any money for this. He didn't know.
Oh, he got money for this.
Yeah. No, well, I mean, hold on. Here,
I'm calling that he's
There's
faking
some
it.
kind of prelim contract that was signed
Just
before
because of
they even started.
legalities. I
The
feel
show's
like he knew.
premise is that a target person or persons are led to believe that they are contestants on a reality TV show.
Okay.
In reality, all of the other participants in the show, including the host, are actors, and their actions and the outcome of the show are all scripted in an attempt to elicit comedic reactions.
So they
Great.
know they're on a reality show,
Yeah.
but not that reality show.
He didn't think he just had friends, and then like all of a sudden he's like, "Oh my god, my wife is a lie." Yeah.
What if it turned out that way?
Oh god,
It ends with him grabbing one of them with a gun, and it's like, "I'll
It's
do
on the
it."
top of a tower.
Yeah.
so bad.
Joe Schmo.
Anyway, Joe Schmo,
Yeah.
the Baltimore Orioles player.
What is going on?
So I started Road to the Show. They're doing something a little bit different this year that I'm still trying to decide if I like it or not with Road to the Show. Usually you just earn training points, just like you got a base hit and you got 10 training points, and if depending on what else you did good, you got training points, and then you got to spend them however you want it. You can put them in speed and you can max out your speed right away.
That makes sense.
This year they're taking a little bit different approach. They're kind of doing away with the all-star 99 overall player. At least not like after 2 years like you typically could in the other games. They're doing like these role things. So I saw a couple of them. There's like this, I'm a Mr. Reliable. So like I make good contact and I'm a good fielder and I have okay like batting clutch, but I don't hit for power. I don't do anything like really real flashy. There's players that are like more power hitters but can't hit for shit for contact, so they're either striking out or hitting home runs. There's like utility players, which are like they're all like speed and fielding but they can't hit for shit. So they give you like these weird caps on these attributes, and instead of like you get a base hit against a right-handed pitcher, instead of you getting training points and spending it however you want, you get a small boost in the contact versus right-handed pitchers category. And then if you keep doing good against right-handed pitchers, you will eventually have a high overall in that category of stat.
I like that better. Probably not from a player standpoint, but from a logical, like that makes more sense.
Logic, it's fine, but there's some things that I'm noticing right off the bat. Like, one, I'm not increasing my speed at all because there's no, or at least I don't know, maybe because I don't like base running. Base running is the most boring part of the whole thing, especially when you're not fast enough to steal.
Well, base stealing, that's where it's at. That's why I do that every time.
Yeah, but in the game, it's trying to do it in the game. It's just fucking boring, especially when you're slow.
Yeah, I remember last year getting fucked up.
Yeah. So maybe there is where I was supposed to get the speed boost, and I'm skipping that. But like, there's the only other way for me to get speed then is to like there's these off-day training things, and I have to look for the one that does speed. But then I'm neglecting everything else when I do that, so it doesn't feel like the greatest progression in the world. But I mean, granted, I'm only 1 month into my career.
Yeah.
You know, and I'm 18 years old in the game.
Oh yeah, you got time to grow a little.
Exactly.
Wings.
So,
Wow.
oh yeah, they start young in baseball. Manny Macchiato is a year younger than me. He came up like 4 years ago.
Dang.
Yeah.
No, but I think I like that approach a little bit because not only is it logical that your player would progress better by doing those things more and more, but I feel like you playing the game are going to get better at those things naturally by doing them. That makes sense to me. I like that approach.
I don't mind it. I'm so used to, I would give training points and I wouldn't go all out on like one stat and then get it to 99 and then like I would slowly work everything up. But I'm just not used to doing it this way. And also I don't think I like the fact that you get a hard cap somewhere. Like, so my player, his hard cap for power hitting is going to be like a 60 or 70. Like I won't be able to hit dongs left and right.
I know, but that makes sense. Because you can't make a fucking Tony Hawk character in a baseball game.
Why not?
I feel like maybe there should be a mode for that.
Maybe.
But
maybe that's it. I haven't tried bringing in my old save though. I'm curious
to see if they like
because
it, or...
my old guy is 99 everything. He's
That's
hitting
what I mean,
dogs
man.
left and right, but he's hitting like 90 home runs in a season. You know how fun that is?
No, yes, yes, but the realism. That's why you go to that game.
True, but there's some things that just
Yeah,
I really like out of that.
Well, do they still have that weird like not 8-bit mode, but it was like an 8-bit
Oh, the
mode.
retro mode. Yeah, they actually took that a step further this year. They
figured
put that,
they would. Yeah.
They put that in the franchise mode. You can actually play through franchise mode with the retro gameplay.
Interesting.
And
It was
arcade.
more like you don't
It
have.
was like Nintendo.
Really?
It was
Yeah,
just
it
like,
was like you know, like
push
in,
button to swing, push
Just
button
straight
to...
up, just sprites.
No.
No, that's where it got weird. It was all the in-game animations,
Like
but very
character models and...
arcadey.
Yeah.
So like you know how like in the baseball game like or in the older ones when you pitch like if you move the directional button like the ball will spin the way it's like that.
Oh, so
But
it has the
with-
controls of an old game.
Exactly,
But it still looks
but-
like a modern game.
Exactly,
Okay.
but there's some retro like UI stuff they throw
Yeah.
into it. But yeah,
Gotcha. But
it's
the
pretty much
character
MLB The
model,
Show in like a
Redux.
Okay.
Yeah, and then like a weird retro engine.
That would be
kinda
funny if it was just like the limited sprite frames for each character running. It's only like 2 or 3 frames, but it's realistic models. Just like stop.
I would prefer that. That would be so much better. Like
Oh no.
8 frames a second. Just
Do bats break in this at all? Whether it's hitting a ball or somebody getting mad and throwing it or breaking over their knee.
I think I've seen some animations. I don't know if I've seen animations
In
that
any
has have like
games?
anyone breaking a bat over like their knee in frustration. But you definitely break bats in this game.
Okay.
Like if
Cool.
someone like if you get a high inside ball and you're late on it, like in real life, you're usually hitting it at the handle, which is the most narrow part of the bat. 9 times out of 10 is usually breaking. Like that pitch, that high inside pitch, if you're late on it, you're breaking your bat.
And you show like a slow motion, like a replay afterwards.
Yeah, and then there's even some animations where the bat goes far enough, like the player will kind of like dodge,
hit that guy in the stands.
like or like the player on the field like will dodge the bat and then go after the
that's
ball.
cool.
Like they do some things to
That's
accommodate
cool.
for it.
Are there so is that a strategy you can have for playing pitcher? Try and hit it so you're breaking the bat?
Well, I mean,
They'll just get another bat.
if you keep
Well,
throwing
yeah.
in that area, that's usually a ball. Like
Yeah.
so like you can just lay off that pitch. But you know, if you're going low outside, and you want to throw a little high cheese, surprise them. Yeah, you might break it bad that way, or get a swing and miss.
Do
I get it.
do players like even NPCs do they get mad where like they start getting like in someone else's face?
No, they cut the
Yeah,
license got cut out.
Okay.
The old games used to have like charging the mound.
I was
stuff
gonna say like
to
if you,
it, but
if you throw
not-
a ball and you hit somebody, they're like, dude, like what the hell? And they like
Yeah,
get
you
mad
get
and-
that look. You can definitely do that look. 'Cause my guy got hit the other day, and I let the animation go out instead of skipping it. He was just like,
It's just like a Kill Bill moment.
you just see him like step away out of the box, take a deep breath, and just look at the pitcher and walk down first base.
Oh, yeah.
That was pretty good.
Nice.
But no, I like I feel like the actual in-game changes, they're very minor from what I remember, but they feel good. I feel like hitting got even more realistic with the way it comes off the bat and stuff. So, yeah, and I really like so one of the features they implemented was creating your own batting stance. And that doesn't sound like much, but
Oh, that sounds great.
like it depending on how you your stance is, like it impacts how late you can hit a ball, where you're hitting your balls typically. Like there's a lot of things to it, and the good part of that mode is not just creating it from scratch. If you want to, you can take a actual MLB player stance and tweak it
Yeah, that's
to the way you want.
I would have it to where like you're squatting as much as possible with your butt sticking completely far out,
I mean, you can actually just find a regular,
Just-
probably batter that does that.
or have like just one leg up like a flamingo.
Who's the legend second baseman? Oh my God,
Sammy Sosa.
no, he's on left field.
Samuel Sosa. Stone Cold
Uh,
Steve Austin.
Close.
Brett Favre.
There is like a dude, like a legend player that like just kept his bat like this. It wasn't like behind his back, just like
Mark McGuire.
no.
Mark the
Sammy Sosa.
Stop.
I don't know.
Sugar Ray.
Cal Ripken.
No.
Joe Schmo.
Yes. You got it.
What is going on?
But yeah, so far so good with the few hours I put into it. I will be playing more franchise mode. I think I found a roster that I liked. So I think franchise mode is gonna be happening this week. If the servers are good, I'm gonna start hopping into Diamond Dynasty. The servers have been iffy all weekend, and when it launches official on Tuesday, I don't think they're gonna get any better.
Launches officially.
Yeah. So if you pre-ordered the game, you got the opening weekend to yourself.
Okay.
And then Tuesday is the actual like retail regular release.
Got it.
Can you swing with one hand?
No, but you can follow through with one hand. There's about 50 animations you can choose about swinging one
Just
hand.
make like the douchiest character. He just holds it over his shoulder the whole time. Then when the ball comes, he just
No, you can't do that.
cloud strikes it.
No, it's good stuff. It's good stuff though. I'm looking forward to the franchise mode changes. I heard they did a lot of good stuff with the UI and the menus to make it prettier and stuff like that. So and more like quality of life improvements. So I'm looking forward to that.
I'm looking forward to your PSN inbox because it's always rife with very charming fellows who are happy to have played online with you.
Always.
Yeah.
And of course, Matt's always respectful and gentlemanlike in
Upstanding
response.
citizen.
Right. Oh, man. Well, that was Friday. Did you play anything in the earlier parts of the week? What'd you do on your snow day? What'd you get into?
I mean, we played a little bit more Splatoon. I think this is where we all chime in here, right?
Yeah.
Did you play a little bit more, Mark, this week?
I did not.
I hate that fucking game.
Me too. But I will still keep playing it.
It's my favorite game of all time, but it's not my favorite game of all time. But I fucking love that game, but God, do I hate that fucking game.
Yeah.
You hate the game or you hate the people?
The people.
Yeah.
It's the people who play that don't know what they're doing, don't care what they're doing.
I hate playing the ones that make me feel like I don't know what I'm doing.
That part, I'm okay.
Often.
That part that's a short-term frustration because you're like, fuck, I'm bad at this. They're better than I am. But then you start watching them and you're like, why are they better than I am?
Yeah, exactly.
What are they doing?
You want to pick up what they're doing.
What are they doing? How can I combat that? That's the part where I'm like, okay. The part where all we need to do is swim in unison through this clear path that I've inked all the way to the goal during Clam Blitz, and I've got a motherfucker squid bagging on a bridge instead of picking up clams or moving or shooting or anything. That's the part that pisses me off long term. Because it's like you can't... And I think technically you can... Get ready for this. You thought it was hard to report somebody on PlayStation Network. Or maybe you didn't because you get reported all the time, I'm sure, during baseball season. But in order to report someone that was a shitbag in a Splatoon match, you need to open your Switch app on your phone, go to the Splatoon 2 game section because it's the only one that's on there. Mm-hmm. Go to the battle section, find the battle that you had an incident, find the player, tap on him, and then at the very bottom, report him.
It's not that bad.
Still,
it could be worse.
I guess they
worse.
Yeah, like they expect you to be in the app already when you're playing.
I just there should be a thing where you're in the middle of. I guess it cuts down from those rage like reports that are kind of false. This you have to actually put a little bit of
dedicated rage. Like,
right. Yeah. You have to either like
you're matter for more than 10 seconds. Like yeah.
But no, that game's still.
It's really good. No, I'm the same thing. I got some frustrations yesterday morning. Yeah, I was just playing with people like the fourth person on our team either bailed, and if you bail, that's fine, but you gotta bail early enough. Because if they don't, so that way I don't get the points against me. Like that's
the worst.
That's what I hate is when someone bails and I still get the crack and I'm like, oh my god.
Yep, that's the fucking worst. Because you're like there was one match where we were a man down and we almost won, but we just didn't because we just didn't have the extra person. But because they bailed like 2 minutes into the fucking match.
That's dumb. Like these are short matches.
The ranked stuff's 5 minutes.
That's
and then
still short.
I mean, yeah, but it was...
Yeah.
If they hang in for longer than a certain period, it's just still...
That's like maybe like 1.5 or 2 songs length.
Yeah.
Like average. Like just wait it out,
but
man.
Even in the end, like all of it is, it's even those incidences... It sucks, and even if I lose a ranking, because there was one where I was literally like, "This match is make or break. If I get this, I move into A minus. If it breaks, or it might have been A from A, whatever it was. I was about, and then just, and it sucks, but it at least gives you. I'm not gonna not play. It's just more practice.
Don't they get penalized for leaving early? Doesn't it warn you like don't do this again?
It does, yeah. If you have too many disconnects, it will stop letting you play. So I mean that's good, but it's
because like what Friday does, if you bail on a match, it will only pair with people who also quit games. So you're forever in this like purgatory of people just quitting.
Yeah. No, this after a while it'll stop letting you pair up, or it'll give you whatever it is. I'm not gonna let it. I just broke the 100-hour mark, so it's like,
congrats.
Thanks.
I broke a 100-hour mark as well. Dota 2.
Oh, you fucker.
I'm not gonna get into any more Dota. Nothing's changed since Dota Plus, but
Dota Plus is giving you still.
Yeah, no, I like Dota Plus a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, even
More
like
insight,
it.
More.
I even like it in when I'm watching matches in the client as well. So.
Because it'll give you their stuff too.
Yeah, I mean, it gives you. I mean, you already can see their stuff, but like even like you can see like win probabilities based on where they're at with items and gold, cool. Net worth and stuff like that.
That's cool.
But no, I did something weird. I dived back into a game, dived back into Prey a bit.
Whoa.
Yeah, I put about 4 hours in that. This
weird.
Week. Yeah.
That's a weird return.
Yeah,
why'd that happen?
I wanted a first-person shooter that I know is coming Tuesday.
Doom. What?
I said I know I have a first-person shooter coming Tuesday, but I wanted one early. Far Cry.
Oh yeah.
Man, is it the end of March?
We're getting there.
Jesus Christ.
One more week, I think.
Easter's next week, dude. Easter's on the 1st.
April Fools.
I don't even know what. I thought today was Thursday.
No.
All right.
I would have been awake earlier if that was the case.
I hope so.
No, yeah, I played a little bit more Prey. I forgot how much I did like that game when I'm not anxious and on edge.
Why are you not anxious anymore? Is that guy gone?
No, he's still around. I think
there's been enough distance.
Yeah, like I just want to get back into it. I don't know. Well, I mean, I played through Resident Evil 2. Not all the way through, but
recently?
on my Vita.
Oh, yeah.
I played that a little bit, but then I never finished that game. But like I don't know, it kind of got some frights out of me, and I went back, and game's still ominous and scary, and not all the things that I hate. But like I don't know, I progressed, and there was actually like areas of the map that I didn't have to go there for an objective. I just went into it to see what the fuck would be there.
Find anything weird? Are you happy to have returned? Are you gonna keep
No, I'm happy. It's just the only thing is I started it and then I realized like, oh shit, Far Cry's Tuesday, and I'm not far enough in that game to beat it by Tuesday. But no, I'm glad I went back to it because it might I might keep it installed on the console. Delete something else come Far Cry 5. So yeah, but no, game's still Bioshock as fuck. And I just really like exploring the space station. Now that I grew a pair and started exploring some different things, there's some weird monsters in that game. They're awesome but weird and terrifying in their own different ways. But I started using some more sneaking abilities. I started using my psychic powers, my little alien powers a little bit more. Feel a little bit more powerful with that.
Right, because that one, you had that whole duality thing where you were choosing between...
but you had to be careful with the alien one because if you kept using the alien one, the nightmare would come hunt you. Yeah. It's in a little checks and balance there, which is kind of nice.
Sounds like real life.
Yeah, but then I found I remember like the crafting part of it, and the idea of this game is you don't have much ammo. Like you're running around your shotgun, you usually have no more than 12 shells, but I forgot like you can craft ammo and stuff like that. So I've just been like crafting shotgun shells, med kits, and I'm kind of been. I stopped trying to take the broad approach, and I just am gearing up for like I'm just straight up offense. And once I get to the part where I'm just straight offense, I'm gonna be able to deal with whatever comes my way. It's just now getting to the point of all right, I finally doubled down. I want to do offense. It's just now getting the upgrade points to do so. No, that game's still ominous as fuck though.
Arcane did that?
Yeah. It's a cool like environment. That space station that's being fucking...
You should play Duke Nukem.
Well...
Which one?
Forever?
No,
I gotta stop. This fucking hand gesture needs to go away.
No, it's staying forever.
Mullets are coming back. This fucking thing's coming back. What the fuck is...
No, the one they just re-released of the classic one.
Oh yeah, the 3D re-release.
It's pretty good. I mean, it has a space station, but it's not creepy.
I mean, it's Duke Nukem.
It's enjoyable.
That one is anyway.
Yeah. John Cena do his voice there. Cool. Did you play anything else?
No, that was it.
That was the week.
Yeah.
How was the week in Hyrule,
Oh man.
Mark?
Well, as you saw, I'm over 65 hours.
I was so happy because I always like whenever I sign on and it
Now
shows
I'm
you the little
bleeding. What the fuck?
yeah girl
Bleeding thumbs.
bleeding thumbs
Make
Murphy.
sure I didn't get blood on your mic.
No, I don't care.
I
Just blood.
You're forever bonded with that mic now.
Yeah. Blood's cool.
What the fuck happened?
You want a Band-Aid?
Nah.
I can go get
I'm
one.
Not a puss. Sorry.
All right.
Shots fired.
Yeah, no, man. Whenever I log into my Switch, I see the little 1 or 2 or 3 or 7 or whatever up at the top left.
7?
I got lots of friends, man.
All right.
You know.
Yeah, that's been my week.
Yeah, and I saw, what was it, last night? Just
there was one night where I did fall asleep with it on,
still.
but that was only like maybe for 4 hours.
For you to go from 15 hours to 65 in the time that you did.
I just want to say that I beat it last night.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. So I was originally found that bird village.
Yeah.
That mission with the little white bird or whatever.
Yeah.
Turns out it's not as literal as I took it. The white bird that they're referring to was a piece of land where if you stand at the top of this mountain, the rocks together make a giant white bird. And I was like, fuck you. So I flew over there. I did kill that bird, though. I took a bomb arrow and just
Oh, nice.
got a nice bird
Roasted
leg out of it.
Drumstick, yeah.
Yeah. And like I had it recorded.
Mm-hmm.
I realized it only records in 30-second intervals.
Yeah.
And I was aiming, ready to fire, and it cut off.
Oh, shit.
I was like, delete. But so yeah, I did all that, and then I beat that Guardian.
The bird one?
Yeah, Meadow.
Yeah.
So I got like Brivaldi's little ability now, jump up in the air.
I don't know if I like his or not.
I like it. It comes in handy.
There's been like, I think 2 times before I was beating that game, I remember like needing it. And I was like, oh, I'm so happy to have this.
Just whenever like there's somewhere I need to get to, I just want to fly the whole way. Then yeah, that comes in handy. Like,
Yeah,
I'll climb to the highest part, then
do that. Yeah, that makes sense.
So it was like a high jump thing?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So you just hold in the jump button, and then like this gust of wind will just lift you up.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
And you have like 3 of them to use before it recharges.
Okay.
You beat the game?
I beat Ganon.
All right.
I was like, look, I'm this far.
Might
Fuck
as well.
I'm just going all the way.
So you were in our group chat talking about Thunderblight Ganon.
Oh,
Yeah.
that is annoying.
And then you also said, if I remember correctly, okay, I beat Thunderblight Ganon, now I'm going to go get the Master Sword.
Yep.
That Thunderblight Ganon was made me get them. I left him. I said, fuck you. And then I went and got the Master Sword and came back. I needed that to kill him.
Nope. I wanted to earn that Master Sword.
Man, you fucking did.
So I did every Guardian with just normal weapons that I had with me.
My man.
Did you get the Master Sword?
Hell no.
I didn't use the Master Sword till I got to Ganon's castle.
All right, that's cool.
And then I actually went through and found the Hylian shield.
Yeah, dude, that was,
I was like, oh, I knew it. I had to fucking fight a boss for it.
Yeah.
But
Oh yeah, because the castle's riddled with those mini bosses.
Yeah.
Yeah.
yeah,
I
like
found that path around.
exploring the
I
castle.
did too, and it sucks because I want to go back and explore it a little bit more.
No,
There's
I'm not powerful enough.
there's stuff to it, but it's not that much.
Well, like I have a side quest where I'm supposed to find some recipe book inside.
That's like the first side quest you get.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
And-
I found that. It's in the library.
I was looking at the dining
Second
hall.
floor on a book stand.
Never mind. I was looking at, all right, I'm going to do
That's
that
the
tonight.
first thing I saw. I was like, oh, okay. I thought it was a diary.
Got it. I'm going to do that tonight. Because every time I'm like, I should go back in there, and I go to that fucking dining hall, and I'm like, where's this recipe book?
The music for the Ganon's castle is cool.
Yeah.
It's like a mix of like the original Zelda theme, Zelda's Lullaby, some like I believe it's the theme from Link to the Past is hidden in there too.
Probably. They wouldn't, yeah.
Oh, it was a nice little medley going on. Exploring that castle is probably my favorite part of that whole game.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it just something was missing. It didn't feel that threatening to me. If that makes sense.
Yeah, no, I
still feel like the world's just a little too big. Like a lot of the lands are just empty.
yeah.
And-
But there's always, I think the emptiness leads
to appreciating that town a little bit more, or that
that, but it also forces you to keep looking, and as you're looking, that's where you're like, what's that?
Yeah, well, I mean, Ganon's Castle's fine, but like Hyrule itself.
No, that's what I mean. Like as you're wandering through Hyrule, you're like, guys, what's that? You know what I mean? Like you're in an empty place, but there's something off in the distance.
And I usually do, and then when I get to, I'm like, oh, that's it.
Sometimes, yeah.
So my thoughts are kind of still the same.
Yeah.
From before, but I do appreciate it a little more. I do like this Zelda a lot. I do have more respect for it now after I got over my own bullshit. There is more meaning to the Master Sword. It's just still weird that it's just an option. That's just weird to me because I'm just not used to that. So this is breaking a lot of those molds that I'm just so used to. Because like you don't have to get it.
Yeah.
They make it important, but you don't have to get it.
But it's that return to the first one.
Well, yeah, but
like the first one, you can run through with a fucking stick. Not really.
Wooden sword.
Yeah, the wood.
Basically a stick.
Basically a stick.
Yeah.
You could. It would suck.
Yeah.
But
true.
you could. Right. You wanted to do that.
You could.
Yeah. So I mean, I don't know. It's just a lot of that was just like whatever. It doesn't bother me anymore. I mean, going around and stuff is still cool, but oh man, I am avoiding anything east from now on in Hyrule because just rain. I'm so used to being on the west.
Oh yeah.
And it's either snow or it's hot as balls.
Yeah.
Once you get over to the other side, it's like every other time it's like I'm doing this big climb and like, oh yay, rain. Fucking
time for that rainstorm. And the forecast just rain.
It even happened in Ganon's Castle for a little bit. I'm like, what the shit?
I know. Yeah.
Oh, I don't miss that. But like the fight was fine. I didn't lose. It felt a little easy.
Yeah, it is, yeah.
They're usually easy for some reason.
That wasn't that easy.
Well, you had to fight Ganon in full health. If you had the Guardians, they take down half of his health for you.
I got a quarter health because I did have 2 of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then I had to get through the other 2 bosses to get to said point.
Yeah.
So by the time I got to Ganon, I had like 2 weapons left.
Yeah, like I had like just enough hearts to get the sword.
I
had like 1 heart left before pulling it out.
Yeah.
And then I think with the orbs I had left, I forgot how many is in each row. Is it 12?
Orbs? What are you talking about? Hearts? 12 sounds right.
I think I had 13.
Might be. Yeah.
And then I had my stamina was filled twice.
Yeah.
I was pretty well equipped. So like the Master Sword, I don't like that you can't use it once the energy goes away. It just has to recharge, and it's just 0. Yeah. It should be like half damage at least and still usable, not just 0 damage.
I believe after you do the thing in the DLC, the Trial of the Sword or whatever, you can just use it forever, which I like that. It's something for me to like work toward now, because to me it still feels like...
Yeah, I don't know how soon I'll get back into that. I'm kind of just fine.
Yeah.
Not going back to it for a little bit.
The game at all?
Just for now.
Yeah,
just give it a little break just because I like overdid it.
Went from 15 to 65 hours like that.
Yeah,
it's understandable.
Yeah, but like the land, I mean, traveling didn't really feel like it was that big, but then at other times it's just maybe just because I was in a fucking desert and canyon, like there's not much there, just some shrines, and then half the shrines. See, this is where they try to get you.
The quests.
They're like, oh yeah, there's like this many 100 shrines. Half of them aren't even puzzles. It's just a treasure chest in there.
Yeah.
That's where it's like, all right, you're really trying to make up for some space here. And
but I was also like kind of happy that I didn't have to do another puzzle when I got some of them.
But
some of them I was like, ooh, what's this one gonna be?
But it's like you're trying to like, if you're trying to speed run it, I guess it's like you have to go through all that loading to get into a shrine just to open a thing, just to get back out. It's like just keep the chest outside of it. It doesn't have to be a shrine. Just fucking give it to me.
Speedrun mode. There's the chests are outside the shrine.
Then again, people are chopping down trees and flying across the lands with them. I haven't tried that yet.
That shit's fun, man. When you start fucking around with that stuff,
I think like that's what I'll get into next. Is messing with the physics and like trying to do all the side quests. And
I've only done it a little bit. Like I did one. There was one really, popped up all over the place around the launch of the game where someone was up north in the volcanic area, and they did something with magnetizing something and slamming the train, or you know what I mean? So you can just like zip or fly through the air with it, whatever the fuck it was. I don't remember, but I did that one successfully and felt pretty good about it. It's fun.
The Master Sword sounds nice when you hit somebody with it. it's like metal clanking with like that impact. That felt good.
Yeah.
I still agree with my opinions about the combat.
A little bit more nuance would be better.
Yeah, especially with that thunder Ganon, because you're in like a circular room, like you're in a tube basically.
Yes.
And so like if you're on an angle and he's above you, Link doesn't like the targeting sucks in this. I like there was a tip to how to switch between targets. I kind of forget how to do it. You just have to keep tapping ZL.
I don't remember because the other day I tried it and I couldn't do it.
Because before in the other games you just target and then you can use the C stick.
Yeah.
To switch between targets.
Yeah,
or if you're doing a Souls game, you just use the right stick.
Right.
Like that's so easy.
It made sense, but every time I'm like, why am I not changing targets? What's happening?
And like this one, you have to hold it in the whole time. You just can't lock and then let it stay. And half the time I have to like be like looking right at him. Like I had the problem again, and I couldn't always lock on. So like facing him was stupid. Then all the lightning damage, that's the worst part. Yeah. But like I just wanted to like hold forward to poke. I was like, I just want to fucking poke him. But I guess you need a spear for that. But even then, you're not poking upward. You're only poking forward. Even if you're looking at him, you're only going forward.
What do you want out of the next one?
Better combat. If you're locking on, your weapon should go in that direction you're looking at.
Do you like the runes?
The what?
Runes, the bombs, the stasis, magnesis.
I'm okay with a lot of that. I barely relied on it. I think bombs were the thing I only used the most.
Yeah.
I kind of liked how in the Link Between the Worlds in this one, it's not a item to pick up. Like there's no quantity. It's just based off of a meter. Like Link Between Worlds uses your magic meter.
Right.
And then this one just have to wait for a refill gauge. So I kind of rather have it as an item now that I think about it. Just so you can just like throw them and like lay down more than one.
Yeah.
So you just have it just Bomberman it, you know?
Yeah.
So that would be cool.
Do you miss stuff like the hook shot or?
I missed the hook shot.
Yeah.
So much.
That one's the one where I'm like, man, that feels like Zelda. I don't know how it would have worked in this game. I mean, I guess in smaller spaces or.
Wind Waker did it fine.
To that
or,
tree.
Twilight Princess did it fine because you had to double claw shots.
Oh my God, yeah.
So you could just keep going like.
Yeah.
Between
Spider-Man.
things. And then you could like pull enemies.
That's the part that I think would be cool if you can like.
If you used the hook shot on a choo or whatever, the jelly things, you would pull rupees out of them or just a basic item.
Yep.
So it's like, all right, you got extra arrow, and then kill them. I missed that. I don't care for the Sheikah Slate. Honestly, I think that was just a Wii U peripheral they tried to keep in to make the system more usable, and then just carried over to Switch. Yeah. So I'm fine if that. I can't see that coming back.
I don't imagine it would. In fact, I think the second DLC, you fucking give it away. You're like, you don't give it, you put it back.
Oh, that's right.
That's how you start the second DLC is like, hey, put this thing down. We're moving forward. Like, all right. I guess so.
Like, I remember in Zelda's Diary, she was like, yeah, I don't know how I feel about the name. It's a little too on the nose for me.
Like
it's
that.
Like, yeah, like
Sheikah Slate.
Yeah, when they were talking about like inventing it, she was like, it's whatever.
Yeah.
But yeah, like that was cool. It was cool to explore that castle and then like get the cutscene and memories and all that and fighting them. I did like the ending. That was really cool. I took a lot of pictures.
So many. That ending, I was
like, before you fight Ganon, pulling out the sword. It's like all cinematic. Like these cutscenes, I love the cutscenes. Like I would love to watch this. So like this needs to be like an anime or something. I would thoroughly enjoy it like 10 times more. Yeah. But yeah, definitely
make it cinematic.
Definitely it's definitely one of the better Zelda games. It's the one I would still recommend for newcomers if they haven't gotten into a game before. If they're not really in it for the story. Totally just going with this one. Yeah. Definitely a little more respect for it. Looking forward to see what comes next out of them.
Did you get anything else this week?
No, man. That fucked up everything. I go to bed at like 11 a.m. Wake up at 6 p.m. or later. It's just that's all I did.
I like it.
I mean, I guess that shows like that's how I normally play these games, but not with a more decent sleep schedule. But yeah, that's how normally I would approach these games. Since I haven't done it in a while. Usually all my games have been like, I'll try this for a little bit, 5 or 3 minutes or an hour, and then it's done. Never get back to it. So hopefully this built me up to. I'm ready to get into Bloodborne again and Dark Souls when that comes out.
Yeah, I'm really getting excited about Dark Souls.
Because I think initially, I think just secretly, like, that's what I want deep down. Because, like, those settings, those dungeon set, I love that setting. I don't care about being, like, in a forest or in a canyon all the time. I want that underground, this is disgusting, there is no hope.
And the level design, too, where it feels all continuous. It doesn't feel linear or anything like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the best parts of the Souls games, in my opinion, are the level designs.
Yeah.
Like, I know Yarnum like the back of my hand now. It's crazy.
I think I might like the setting for Souls more than Bloodborne compared to where I am right now. I haven't explored enough of Bloodborne to, like, get a good feel, but I've always liked the more dark fantasy side as to, like,
the woods lose me in Bloodborne.
Dude, as soon as Marc just said, I don't know if I have to get... my brain went right to the woods, and I was like, dude, the fucking woods are fucking so good. Like, just...
The woods are my...
Everything's, like, purple and nightmares and fucking witches and snake boys.
Yeah, things I hate.
Oh!
Yeah, I'm not used to, like, for lack of a better term, I'm not used to, like, the whole, like, gentleman attire, like, steampunk, like... fashion, like the old, like, Englishman, like, collar,
I like that
buttons.
fucking Victorian weird.
That's the word.
Like,
I usually just like, here's some shitty leather, here's some broken armor pieces, do what you can with it. And I was like, no, I just had this little shawl and
Margot's Laws brought me back, though.
Dude, Bloodborne is the perfect aesthetic.
No, I mean,
for me, that's my.
No,
like,
I love the whole, like, werewolf Cthulhu ass shit. I love that.
But that
it's just,
plus
it's just
all
the
the weird. No,
like, is there maybe? I mean, then again, I'm only in the beginning, so just the starter stuff, I'm not a fan of.
Oh, you get different. Yeah, you get different stuff.
Yeah, because I mean,
Oh, yeah, even Yarnum itself.
because I say, like, that
gets
outfit,
better.
like the typical outfit that
The
we all
hunter.
see,
Yeah,
the hunter outfit. I like that a lot.
That one's cool. But
Yeah,
no, you get
like,
you get
the
some cool,
duster, the mask, and the hat. Like, that's cool.
You get some cool shit. I'll show you in that art book when we take a break.
Okay.
There's some fucking dope costumes.
Yeah, but again, this is just a minor. This isn't like a make or break the game type.
No,
of
yeah.
thing. So yeah,
But even Yarnum gets better.
yeah. See, because like Dark Souls is right around the corner, basically. What's like 2 months away?
Mm-hmm.
You're getting close. Actually, I have it probably marked as a goal.
I don't know if I should try to rush Bloodborne
I think it's 2 months exactly.
before that, or just.
I wouldn't rush Bloodborne.
I will let that come organically.
But-
But I have a feeling once you're in, you're going to want to keep playing it.
Yeah,
But
That's
I-
what happened to me.
I also wouldn't not play Bloodborne in
just amount of time.
anticipation of. Like, I would, if you're feeling Bloodborne, I would just do it while you've got the itch.
I'm feeling more Dark Souls than Bloodborne at the minute, just because I'm still coming out of that
Yeah.
whole fantasy vibe.
I get that.
So I don't know. I think I give it some time to think about
Late
it.
May.
It's like May 20.
It's probably the 25th.
Because I could just,
the
I could
24th.
just, because I don't. I mean, are you guys gonna be playing it when it comes out?
Dark Souls?
Yeah.
I just don't know what platform.
Switch.
I don't know what platform.
For my play style,
For you, it makes sense.
Switch.
Me,
easy.
We'll see.
I am getting a Switch version, but I don't know if that's the only version.
Yeah.
But I do know that one is a shoe-in for a fact. And like, if you don't have any other online things to pay for, that one technically is a free one to play online.
Mm-hmm. God, if I could play Bloodborne on my Switch,
Oh,
life
no.
would be complete.
Oh, man, I don't know. I forgot God of War's coming out mid-April.
The more I see about
I'm in
that,
on that now.
it actually
I'm back
looks-
in on it. Yeah.
Here's my thing about it. Like, it looks okay. It actually looks. I'm fine with the direction this game's going. I said this on Twitter. I was like, this looks fine.
Yeah.
But they're revealing too much now.
Stay away.
Yeah, that's they do that leading. That's all
Stay
games.
away.
They're just like, oh, it's gonna be.
I saw some gameplay again. I was like, oop.
They're like, it's gonna
gonna be
make
May.
you feel feelings like The Last of Us, and it's like, why do you gotta say this shit? Just let me ponder this as I'm playing it.
Because there's a lot of people like me that are like, I don't give a fuck. Or rather, there's a lot of people like both of you that have, for up until now, been like, I don't give a fuck, and now they're like, hey, and you're like, wait, do I give a fuck?
But like, you see this kid in all the trailers. You know something sad is going to be incorporated whenever there's children involved.
Hope Kratos cuts his head off and starts screaming like old Kratos. I think I'd be in for that.
I feel like it's going to
point.
go down that route. He's trying to be all calm and be fatherly, and then something's to make him lose his shit. He's going to be the old Kratos that we remember. He's going to get those blades of chaos back and just fucking.
And then
tear
it comes like isometric, on rail cameras.
Yeah.
Yep.
Is this a sequel?
Yeah.
This I thought it was supposed to be a reboot with the Norse
Yeah.
mythology.
I think it's a sequel. That's why he looks so like evolved to me.
I just thought they were going a new art direction because they're not really putting a number on this. They're not really coming out talking about it either.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or maybe I'm avoiding it.
I don't know.
I always got the sense of reboot from the first trailer until now.
So you think they'll just do like just keep rebooting with different mythologies?
That'd be kind of cool.
I wouldn't mind that.
Just like here's a Norse version of Kratos. So that's the thing. Like so now
here's a Viking.
You have to say like
here's a demon.
Well,
witch.
they could play this out as a trilogy though, or like a sequel thing. The other ones.
Yeah.
I mean, the other ones spawned like 6 games, right? If you include the PSP ones. Yeah.
And I do.
I mean, I mean, I heard they were good games. I never played them.
Ready at Dawn, weren't they?
I think so.
Yeah.
But
yeah, Zelda, man. That's
Zelda. Yeah.
It's definitely I mean, it definitely lives to its name.
Yeah.
Breath of the Wild. It's definitely it's fine. It's a good game. Ain't Triforce Heroes.
Well, nothing can be.
Good.
Damn.
Yeah. I thought of you last night with that game because I was wandering through Target and they had the Hyrule, not Historia, that's the one I have, the art book.
Okay, yeah.
Whatever that one is.
Mm-hmm.
They had it on not clearance. It wasn't like blowout sale, but it was 30% off.
So it was like $20 or something.
It's like 27 instead of 40.
Yeah.
And I picked it up and I was like, do I need it?
I might get it.
There was one that was unwrapped, so I started thumbing my way through it. And like one of the second pages I turned to was Triforce Heroes art, and I was like, "Oh, Mark, I'm sorry."
Look, like
I'm not. No, I don't want to open this can of worms. I know.
Yeah.
I know.
But yeah, just.
I played more Kirby this week. Kirby Star Allies, to be precise. I did not.
I just feel like it's a short game.
Longer than I expected it to be.
How many hours you put into it now at this point?
Well, first played 8 days ago, so you tell me. Because this thing can't fucking try. The 3DS.
I didn't mean for that to happen, I guess.
The 3DS came out 18 years ago, and it can tell me to the minute how long I've played something. But the fucking Switch.
Wait, 3DS?
What?
3DS came out 18 years ago?
I'm exaggerating.
Oh, okay.
But
I was like,
that thing has down the Wii U, Matt's most forsaken console, can tell me to the second how many hours I've put into Pikmin. Not really to the second, but to the minute how many hours I've put into this thing. First played 8 days ago. Get it together. Firmware 5.0.
It's calculating. He's still calculating. He just needs 10
mine's
days.
probably more than 80 hours.
80 hours or more. Now it goes in 5-hour increments. Anyway.
Until it resets and stuff at the end of the year.
Bingo. No, they fixed that. 5.0 fixed that. Anyway.
Wait till next year.
I don't know, man. I'm probably like 6 or 7 hours into that game.
Oh, okay. I thought you were farther along.
No,
or you played longer.
I've like played it. I'll do maybe,
all right, I didn't mean.
I'll do like half of a world and then go eat or something. But my OCD's kicking in. My obsessive clearing disorder.
It's a good
throwback there.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm like, every stage has, did you complete it or not? And they all have a hidden puzzle piece.
Right.
Some have a hidden switch that opens up a hidden level.
A switch or a switch?
It's like a big old, it's a big pink button
No.
with gold stars in it. And you jump on it and then
You kiss it to hit the
like,
switch.
Fuck it. No.
Buy dinner first.
Yeah. So there's like some where I'm like, ooh, I missed that. I gotta go. But then I'm like, I don't want to play through that again. So I think I might do one big sweep after the fact to like go through a bunch of them and pick them back up because I do want to see some of the earlier levels now that I've gotten better at the, you know what I mean? Like, because it gradually like builds up difficulty throughout it. And I think the one thing I like about this game is that it's happening now and not at the end of the Switch life cycle. Right. And it's more traditional Kirby, whereas like the 3DS stuff in the last few years have all been these weird experiments. Like, you look at something like Box Boy, and you're like, man, Box Boy could have been a Kirby game, but they, went that direction with it, and it's nice to see. Well, because like they
you can scan Kirby amiibos to get box Kirby,
but you can. I don't know. It's just like Kirby's been Hal's experiment thing. Like it's always weird stuff or whatever, and then there Like you look back at like Mass Attack and Rainbow Curse and all those weird ones that are just like, what the fuck's happening?
If you think about it, yeah, like Smash is basically a Kirby game.
Yeah,
The menus from the last one are based off of
Air Ride.
Yeah.
Oh, and that one mode.
I like Air Ride a lot.
And then like all the different moves when you get a ability, the directions with A and B and all that.
Yeah. But yeah, it's good. I'm just piece at a time. I recommend that game solidly. Like I don't think you would not enjoy it. It's not.
I know how I would play it.
For fun.
With hardly any allies.
It's fun to do, but they do require you pull in some from time to time. Because there's certain little puzzles and things.
Doors you have to open with them.
Yeah, it's that kind of stuff.
Boss fights, I'd keep them in, but just like traversing.
Well, the boss fights, you could challenge yourself by getting rid of the allies. Yeah. It's the getting through the level part where like you need a fire guy to get through that ice wall. You need to have the fighter ability in order to pick up your friend and throw him through the wall. So it's that. That's what everyone does to their friends.
It just seems like overkill wherever you go. It's just like, yeah, we them boys. Oh, who's that Waddle Dee over there? You'll fuck him up. And you just
start curling Brock at him.
Yeah. But I don't know. It's fun like mixing and matching things. I'm enjoying that game a lot. And the level design's cool too because it's not. You think that all of them are going to be very linear, like all right, left to right, do the puzzle, do the thing. But some of them, like there's one I just played last night that was nothing but doors that you go in and out of, and as you go through one door, you go in, you solve whatever the puzzle is in that area and beat the little mini boss. That mini boss gives you the power you need to get into the next area, and it's just like
that's what we call subspace emissary.
Yes, exactly. It was fun. I don't know. I like that game. It's where things get a little weird this week.
Oh.
I've been playing multiple games on my cellular telephone.
Okay.
Game 1, Solitarica.
You know, I almost got a solitaire game again on my phone the other day.
You should get Solitarica.
I might have looked at this one. Was this like a highlighted?
It was.
App?
And that's why I bring this up. 1, because the game's good, but 2, because the App Store is good as well. And we'll talk about it in a minute. But Solitarica is a solitaire kind of game. It's not full solitaire where you are...
This is where you kind of bend the rules, right?
It's yes.
Where like they can be the same suit and still line them up.
Correct.
Wait, is this the $3.99?
$3.99 game.
Got the weird gypsy.
Yep.
Okay.
Let me see.
Oh, this is it. Yeah.
It is $4, and I believe it'll tell you there $4 plus in-app purchases, right?
Correct.
Right. That in-app purchase is 99-cent DLC they put out that adds 4 new campaigns to it. But there are no microtransactions. There's no
It's not
bullshit.
pay to get rid of ads.
It's none of that. It is prior to that DLC coming out, it was $4, period. That was the game. And the game itself, you're playing solitaire. You are, hey, I have a 3, so I need to... It's not... You know how solitaire, right? You know solitaire. This is a little bit different. You have a 3, so you need to either put a 4 or a 2 on top of it. And then when you have that 2, you need to put either an ace or a 3 on top of it. And then once you get that 3, you have to put a 4, or a 4, you have to put a 5 or a 3. Like you have to just keep one above or one below. And it can be of any suit. Each time you put a card down, each card has a different kind of...
It's probably more similar to Spider Solitaire.
In a way, yeah.
Which I just call cheating.
Right. But each card you pick up has a different magic.
Okay, so they add like little abilities and
right. So there's an orange one, a purple one, a green one, a blue one, and then every time you put down one of those cards, you store one of those energy types. Each of those energy types are then filtered into different attacks that you have to take down your opponent. The way you take down your opponent is by you getting rid of all the cards on the screen, but there's things that will help you along the way. So if you get enough blue energy, you cash that in for a shield that protects you from your opponent's attacks. If you get enough orange, it lets you just kill a card that's on the board, no matter if it's one you can actually pull into your deck or not. Every time that you can't make a move, you can't pull a card down, you can't attack or whatever, and you have to draw a card from the draw pile, your opponent attacks. Their attacks differ depending on the type of monster you're up against. So it might be that they literally just, boom, 3 damage. It might be they do 4 damage, but there's a countdown timer. So if you can kind of do things quickly, you might skirt the damage. They might do a thing where it just draws 3 blue energy from you or whatever it is.
Is this a role-playing game?
So it is an RPG. It's also a roguelike because each deck you play, so the first one you have is the warrior deck. It's 18 battles. If you complete all 18 battles, congratulations, you won, and you're on to the next thing. If you lose, like I did, you're back at the beginning, but you earn some tokens to then take back. Those tokens can be used to upgrade your deck, to pull in other abilities, and all along the way, in between each battle, you can go to the shop and you can swap out things.
Okay.
So instead of doing the shield, you can swap out that ability for a different type of ability to go into your blue magic or whatever. But it is fucking cool. It's really deep. It's way deeper than I'd expect it to be.
You just reminded me of Pocket Card Jockey.
That was a good one too. I played that demo. I never went further than that. But this, like, I don't know. I like it. I can see myself just doing around here while I'm watching Hell's Kitchen. Do around there while I'm watching Hell's Kitchen. Yeah. Just piece by piece. But that does lead me to the App Store, which I found that game. I remember Drew Scanlon of Giant Bomb, formerly of Giant
They
Bomb.
quote him in the description.
Yeah. But I remember him talking about it in his Game of the Year post from last year. And I was like, oh, yeah, right. But it popped up in the App Store now has this Today section that just shows you, it's editors that work on the App Store that are saying, hey, these are things that we like. Here's interviews with these people. Here's stories about these games. Here's whatever. And that needs to be on every platform.
There was one that actually did try because of that. I probably should have mentioned that.
There's a bunch of them.
But I didn't count it. But I played for like 5 minutes. I stopped. But it was a pizza game.
Yeah, there's a lot of things like that. Like my discovery level in the App Store is way higher than it used to be because before it was a mess. Just like everything. All these digital platforms are a fucking mess. And the App Store took that step this year with iOS 11 to change it all over. I need everything to do that. Like Steam needs to hire a team of editors to curate shit and put it on the front page. PlayStation. And PlayStation's trying, but the store loads so fucking slowly and it's not snappy enough that it's hard to discover anything at all. But even Switch has over 500 games now at this point. It's hard to find things. Fortunately, I'm adding things to my wish list, and I'll just kind of go back, and I've done my own curation of things I've already looked at and been like, oh, that's interesting.
Like, their new stuff is sometimes on point.
The new stuff works, but then after a game's been out for a few weeks, if it wasn't celested to the top of the fucking charts, then it's gone for, like, there's a bunch of them where I go through, like, what I'll do is I'll open up the Switch list and view all games, and I'll sort them from oldest to newest, or newest to oldest, or bestsellers or whatever, and just run through and see what's there. And there's a lot of stuff where I'm like, when the fuck did that come out? Like that looks real dope, but I never would have known. I think there's something to that. Like the App Store kind of created that race to the bottom that so many people jumped on in the last decade. It'd be nice if
you could see what they're now playing.
But I just want to see. I want everyone. They imitated the App Store a decade ago, and we've been in the wake of that bullshit now. If they could start imitating that piece of it, that like curated piece, I'd be a happy boy. But enough of that. I played another game on my phone called Matchland Cartoon Network.
Oh, I'm interested.
So,
well, maybe not.
If it were not for the license, I never would have tried the game. But
was Adventure Time on the front?
Yeah, Jake's front and center. He's one of the first characters you get.
Just trying to see what lured you into.
Yeah. But the mechanics of the game have me hooked now, past the point of even caring that Jake's in the game or it has anything tangentially. Because really, I don't know anything on Cartoon Network anymore. Like Adventure Time is the one thing. I have Steven Universe in my party. Never seen an episode. I've got, I don't even know. I have a koala bear in my party. No idea what it's from. There's more on the Cartoon Network piece in a minute. But I usually, right, mobile games, as we talk about the race to the bottom and all the bullshit trends that came with mobile gaming, you have that you're out of energy until 3 hours from now, right? That garbage where you're like, ugh. And normally but now I'm like, all right, I'm just going to play something else. It's not pushing me to spend money to buy more energy. It's not pushing me to, like, it is. Like, the game wants you to do this, or, hey, do you know if you buy these gems, you can get more whatever. And I don't have that, like, inkling to do that. I don't have that whatever. The game itself is a match 3 game. So you match 3. By matching 3, depending on which color you match, your corresponding character will attack enemies.
Right.
Once you attack the enemies, they die, and you collect the enemies. You use those enemies to open up different shops on the boardwalk. So, you have a French fry shop on your boardwalk. You go into battle, you kill 6 French fries, you take those French fries back to your fry shop, and you open it for business. And after 2 minutes, you get coins.
I know where you're going with this.
All the coins you get, you can then take back and you level up your heroes. As you level up your heroes, you do better in battle. You take the enemies back. You continue to open your restaurants. And then as you continue to level up the restaurants, you get evolve things to evolve your characters and make them even better and get better attacks and all that shit. And it just keeps going and keeps going. And it's this cyclical thing that just keeps you hooked into it. And it has all the trappings of fuck you mobile game, but I can't stop playing it. And it's not a bad one. Like it's not overly doing anything. I don't know. It's fun to play.
You should try the one from Adult Swim.
Which one?
It's a match 3 game, but I forget the name of it. It's some kind of quest game. You're just like traveling throughout the land and you're fighting monsters and stuff, but the colors you have to match are like they're elementals, so it's like you have to do certain elemental damage to certain types.
Yeah,
kind of like Pokemon or whatever, any match game like that.
That's cool.
It has a very like cartoony approach to it, and
this one, like each character you have. So like I have Lumpy Space Princess. So when you match enough right, each character, as you match enough of their things, you're slowly building this meter, and you'll give them a special attack. So Lumpy Space Princess does damage to the enemy and heals your team.
Cool.
One of the other ones the Koala Bear I have stuns whichever enemy, because there's a countdown above each enemy where it's like, hey, in 2 turns, they're going to attack you. So if they have 1 turn left, as soon as you're done, they're going to attack you. If you have that thing built up, you can just stun them and buy yourself an extra bit of time. The early bits of that game are totally scripted. You're playing it and everything you do, it's like, oh, looks like this happened. Well, guess what? We have this. So it's very tutorialized at the beginning. But once you get into it a little bit, it opens up. It feels a little better. And it's now like, I'm going to break today, walking up to the bodega, get myself a full throttle, just swiping around, doing a couple match 3s here and there until I ran out of energy. It's good. I'm feeling the itch for it right now.
kind of makes me want to play something else though.
Is it called Candy Crush?
Nope.
Well,
it's what he's going to say next, I think.
with the Food Association and the Match 3, I thought to myself, fuck this. I have a Nintendo Switch that has a game I've been itching to play for quite a while that has Match 3 and food.
And on the go.
And is on the go. So I bought Battle Chef Brigade.
I saw you playing this.
Dude, I said it before, why is Marc not playing this Marc-ass Marc game?
Well, because I was playing the other
Yeah. But now I'll say it even more. You need to get this Marc-ass Marc game. So, Battle Chef Brigade, if you are not in the know, is from Adult Swim Games. Mm-hmm. You play as Mina on her quest to win a cooking competition. And it's all flowing, because as I'm playing this...
her or the orc.
It threw me right into being Mina.
Oh, really?
So maybe you become the orc later.
Maybe.
I don't know. It's fun. I've been playing this while Hell's Kitchen is on in the background. There's people making things and competing, and you're kind of doing the same
feeling
thing.
that food rage. Just
So Battle Chef Brigade, it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up match 3 puzzle game.
But not all at the
same time.
It's like part of it is beat 'em up, hack and slash, whatever.
So you enter the competition where you are going to... It's a cook-off. You have to impress the judges with your meal. As soon as they say go, the timer's ticking down. You run out of the kitchen into the wild, and you kill a bunch of shit. And
you hunt for your ingredients.
You bring them back, put them in your pantry. Then you go to the pan, and you start throwing shit in. And as you throw shit in, each ingredient, chicken leg, weird thing tail, flour of this, berry, name of this, whatever, all these things, you're dumping them in your dish. They each have either a red, a blue, or a green element assigned to them. And occasionally you get bones, but we're not getting bones right now.
No bones.
No bones right now. They get complicated.
Boneless pizza.
But the red, yellow, or red, green, and blue go into your dish. And then as you're cooking, you need to match 3 in order to combine those 3 into a level 2 blue. So that you keep adding ingredients in until you're leveling up your different gems. So you might have a level 1, there's level 1, 2, and 3 gems, flavor gems as they're called. And they each have different elements. There's the fire tones, the earthy tones, and the water tones. Pokemon. And each judge will have a different preference in flavor. So you might have a judge who likes a fiery dish. So you need to make sure you have a primarily red dish. But each competition will also say you must use Vartisk, or whatever the fuck weird creatures you're finding. This dish must have this in it. So you need to get a special ingredient. Make sure you're cooking with that. But even that isn't enough. Because there was one where, I won the competition, but only because I made a high enough powered dish. The chef said, you use the ingredient, but what happened to it? Because I put it in there, but then I just kept dumping a bunch of other shit to make sure I was getting a higher power. Because I wanted to get on the fire fleet. He's like, yeah, I mean, it's burning me up. Thank you. I appreciate that. But what happened to the ingredient that we asked for? And you have to do it all, like a 5-minute timer usually per
competition.
Thank you. To do it. And it's like, there was one where I was literally just like fucking Hell's Kitchen running a dish to the judge.
I would love to see that on on a reality show. People just go out into the street, like break a pigeon's neck, get some dead rat, come back up, throw it in there.
That would do so well for ratings.
Oh my
It
god,
would.
it'd be perfect.
No, I was kidding.
I mean, Peter would be upset, but everybody else would fucking tune in.
The rat was already dead. It's
Yeah,
It's not a fresh rat then.
Yeah.
someone's gonna eat it. Why not us?
Flash frozen isn't fresh.
But as you play through the game, you will, in the little town where the competition takes place, when you're not in, the competition's usually the last thing you do during the day. You can do it in any order, but usually that's the thing you kind of build up towards. At least I have been. But so far for me, there's 3 things to do in town. There's a puzzle, there's a training, and there's a working, which is still a puzzle. Basically, the puzzle place, you're walking into a place and this guy's like, gee, wow, there must be a way to combine these things. It's basically teaching you how to do different sorting options and different stirring options to maximize flavors in each thing. It's really teaching you the match 3 part of it in the puzzle area. The training area, there's a girl who teaches you new fighting skills. You're going out into the wild and she's like, okay, try this. And you have to try different things. And she teaches you hey, you can get an egg if you kill one of these things and then throw it on the ground. A bird will come in and eat it. And after the bird eats it, it'll lay an egg. And that's how you get eggs for your dishes. And eggs are important because they have primary flavors that can change it's all these things. It's really, really complex.
Does it matter what order you put the ingredients in?
I think, but I don't know. I think yes.
I don't know. They're saying that you disguise the main entree with all these
I think
supplementary ingredients. It will make sense that timing and
or maybe a certain
order.
Quantity of an ingredient to make it stand out.
I think it's both. I think if you overpower it with too much, but also I think the timing of it, because if I put something when you throw everything in, everything's just pink and hairless in the pot. But as you start mixing things, it then turns into the dish that you're presenting. I think the order in which you put things in dictates that.
So if you lose,
I lost once.
You have to start over.
Gordon Ramsay comes out and cuts you.
Raw. No, if you lose, I did once, and it just said go back to main menu or rematch. So I rematched, and then whatever.
So you do have to. Okay.
Yeah.
You have to keep winning to advance.
I think. I don't remember if it was go back to main menu or go back to in or what it was. But I was pissed because at the beginning, it's like the whole rules of this competition are a certain number of wins nets you the overall win. If you have once you hit 3 losses, you're out of the competition. At least by this world standards. I don't know if that's the game standards or not.
Gotcha.
But yeah, you upgrade your fighting skills. You get other things like there's daggers you can use. So I have upgrades where now I'm throwing 2 daggers instead of 1. Or I bought a new pot. So now I only need to mix 2 greens to make. If you use the green pot and you put green things in it, you only need to combine
So
2.
you
And
can upgrade your kitchen.
So I got a green,
Nice
a blue.
cutlery.
Yeah. I got a green, a blue, and a red pot. And then I just beat this guy who gave me some special jeweled pot that cooks things different. I don't know. That's the last thing I got.
Did he
before I
have
turned it
blonde hair and speak British? Or
off. There's a lot
or
of
did he
weird-
wear a flame button up and say Flavor Town a lot?
I'm hoping on that.
There should be just like a weird like
I wouldn't be surprised if I would be surprised if there is not one, because this game has a lot of humor, a lot of
Guy Fieri.
yeah, like there's a lot of things like that where I would assume that they've done references to shit like that.
probably.
The Flavor Town competition.
Yes. I really, really like this game. Like
Is that $19.99?
yeah. It's a good like passive, pay attention to this, pay attention to that.
I think
But
I'm at the
also-
point now with the eShop where
$20 is
no, or
Oh.
I can confidently wait for a sale.
isn't that weird? I didn't think of that. With Nintendo I'd never think that, but yeah. I think
this
this was on sale at some point.
It might not be half off, but like if I get like for $14.99 plus the rewards
Yeah.
I might get.
I feel like this was on sale at some point not too long ago. But I don't know.
I feel like there has to be a mythical fawn in that game named Gordon.
Yeah, I mean,
Give him ram horns.
or there's a chick with like spiky hair and they name her Girl.
I don't know. Anyway, $20, 14, but whatever it ends up being, whatever you get it for, it's worth it. I went with that. I was waiting on a sale too. I had it on my wish list, and I was like, I'm gonna buy it when it goes on sale, and I never
I
did.
need to utilize the wish list. I kind of forget that that's a thing.
But then the other night after just playing all that shit, I was like,
Yeah, I kept looking at Aegis Defenders. I'm still like, I want to get it, but I don't know when to get it.
that one's on sale right now.
Is it?
It is on sale right now. So if you're gonna pull the trigger,
Well, like 10% off.
it's $15 instead of 20.
25. It's not
Yeah.
bad. Dota's free now.
But Shovel Knight's in this.
Yeah, that was everything for the week.
Nobody played Detective Pikachu?
Oh,
I was waiting to hear Matt say
I watched
that
the first 10 minutes of that.
Yeah? Did you buy the first 10 minutes of that yet? Because you were ready to pull the trigger on that.
I'm not. Look, there's a lot of shit that just came out on my plate, as
I know.
it usually does late March. Stay tuned, though. Maybe not next week, maybe not 2 weeks from now, but just stay tuned.
You know that those
on
coins
Detective
work
Pikachu.
that way too, don't they?
Oh, they do, don't they? There's another game
I think they
was
do,
eyeing up
right?
on
They should.
Switch.
They should, but that doesn't mean. I mean, look, the Switch should accurately track
Yeah.
how much fucking time I've spent in a goddamn game. Anyway,
It's all right. How much is that? It's probably $40 right now because
yeah,
Pokemon, right?
yeah. Sorry, I'm looking at bullshit.
Yeah,
Yeah, I don't know.
one day.
Get the big amiibo with it.
Maybe.
He's right there. Look at him.
How big is that big amiibo though?
It's big as
I want to
fuck.
say like probably
Is that?
probably as big
Oh.
as your water bottle, maybe a little smaller.
Let me see something real
Big
quick.
amiibo.
Ah, shit, I don't know. Hold on.
It's probably not this big. It's probably like here or something.
It's like 5 inches tall or something like that. All right, let's see.
They have a size comparison somewhere.
Choose a payment method.
Don't accidentally buy it.
Bitcoin.
I don't think you can
Well-
use them.
well-
Oh, wait. It says funds applied.
For-
It says funds applied $0. But it doesn't give me the option to change that. I don't know. Maybe you can't use them on 3DS.
Oh well.
Yeah.
So that's the
Dude.
difference. He's a 13.6 centimeters.
Yeah, there you go.
The metric system.
It's not that much taller. You're not.
It'll fit in that bookshelf.
Yeah.
Nope, only on Switch.
All right.
You earn points
On both.
on both.
That's fine. Whatever.
How much you want to bet Pikachu will have that detective hat as a
Wait,
costume in
hold on.
Smash? You know you will.
Pikachu's not gonna be in Smash.
Pay DLC.
That's a port. There's only gonna be 5 characters.
Port.
Don't start this.
It's a new game. Sakurai confirmed. He tweeted me yesterday and said, I love you. New game.
But then Reggie knocked on my door and said, I think it's gonna be a port, dude.
No, Reggie. It's funny. Reggie actually called me, said region free means mother 3. We'll be right back after this break. News.
Yeah, see, you got it. You're missing a D.
News. It is news time. It is time to talk about the news in video games. Despite it being Game Developers Conference, not a ton of usually you don't get a lot of crazy stuff out of there, but sometimes there's a little bit of buzz.
Or Project Morpheus.
Oh, yeah. That's right. There was a couple cool things. I saw there was a Splatoon talk. There was an ARMS talk, among others. But those two I was really dialed into. ARMS came out of Mario Kart, interestingly enough.
Really?
Yeah. They said, what if we were able to put a fighting game behind the back, the way that Mario Kart would be, and randomize weapons, where the element of randomization in Mario Kart is that you never know what's going to hit you or when it's going to hit you or what you're going to get to then attack.
Well, there's usually a little circle that tells you, hey, this is coming up.
Well, but you don't know that at this point or whatever.
Yeah.
And the idea here is that you don't always know if your punch is going to land because you don't know if someone will twist out of the way or if you will twist the arm. There's that element of randomness in combination with the different types of arms and blah, 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 blah.
Blue shells for hands.
DLC. But there were some news stories we'll kind of run through this week, including some folks who worked on The Division who are now making a multiplayer game based on a cult classic intellectual property. Shark Mob is the name of the developer, who states it is currently working on an unannounced project with an undisclosed publisher. It's using Unreal, will be a multi-platform project, and is action-packed with a probable M rating. I don't know.
That could mean anything.
I think the idea of people who worked on something like The Division, working on a cult classic IP, there's something there that has the itchings of...
Unreal Tournament. It won't.
I said M-rated. I mean, so it's going to be graphic, probably.
Duke Nukem.
You said action-packed.
Duke Nukem.
That's the other thing, though, of this story is, the publisher. We don't even know the publisher, so we can't even begin to guess IPs.
Right.
I know, what call classic? That could mean
anything.
Yeah.
But if you said call classic from EA, then you can I can't think of anything off the top of my head, but you can maybe start narrowing it down.
SimCity,
Battlefront.
Yeah, but you could also I don't know. Yeah, so time will tell.
Paperboy.
I ain't talking.
Multiplayer though.
Yeah.
The newspapers have blades, blood spilling everywhere on the streets.
I'm down.
Fuck those kids jump roping in the middle of the street and trying to deliver papers. That mechanic.
They're all
$12 million worth of assets are now available to the world. Remember that game Paragon?
Yeah.
Well, after Epic shut it down, they released $12 million worth of assets from Paragon to the Unreal Engine marketplace for free, including 20 AAA quality characters, along with their skins, dialogue, voice effects, and animations, plus over 1,500 environmental components. Which is pretty cool.
I guess someone's just going to re-release the game.
I was going to say, someone's going to call it Nagpuran or have her Nagparap, whatever you got to call it, and then it'll be a MOBA on a smaller scale, maybe 3v3 instead of 5v5.
Yeah.
Sounds good. This is just nuts, though. Just $12 million worth of assets.
I would make a fighting game out of it.
That'd be pretty cool.
You could do it, Mark. Yeah. You're out there.
Remember that weird Atari thing?
Oh, that console?
Yeah. How it just disappeared, and then they were kickstarting a Roller Coaster Tycoon game.
When it's supposed to be like its own like
they didn't
little
really
museum
say what it was going to be.
They didn't even, we didn't know what the fuck it was. We didn't know if it was going to be a fucking PS4 competitor. We didn't know if it was going to be a Raspberry Pi or a fucking NES Classic competitor. But now we know it is the Atari VCS, which is one letter more than R. The Atari VCS is a retro-inspired entertainment platform based on PC technology, showed off at GDC this week. The VCS will come with the classic joystick, a modern controller. Atari's at GDC showing this thing off and trying to get people to make games for it.
So is it like a Alienware Ouya type thing?
It's a Steam box.
They want it to be more like a Steam box, but also have original
content or original Atari.
I kind of feel like,
I hope it launches the ET.
Like, let's say that we've all been playing Splatoon for years, and then you just have somebody coming in who's just like, "This is my first time playing," and it's like, "Oh, well, sorry, you're gonna have to." That's a bad analogy. Pretty much, I feel like they're too late on this. We're like, it's not gonna pick up.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it's gonna be like the fucking Ouya.
Yeah.
They got one good game that was ported everywhere, and then it lost its appeal.
The fact that they're looking for people is like, who's gonna want to really do that?
Well, the good news is, and if Ben was here, he'd be able to confirm this for me. In Unity, you just hit the port button,
right, right,
and then there you go, your Atari VCS game.
That's true.
So you might see the likes of a Unity game on there, maybe.
IGN story says it's not Atari's version of the NES Mini. It's not trying to compete with the Xbox One or PS4, and it's not really an Atari Ouya. Put as simply as possible, it is a Linux-based living room PC similar to Atari's take on a Steam machine.
Linux just screaming Ouya.
It's going to run a custom version of Linux with a console-like interface aimed at being accessible and inviting to a wider non-gaming audience. It will come with some classic Atari arcade games. We don't know which ones. And will have its own store to buy games that aren't just retro, but modern titles as well.
This is running Linux and not Android like Ouya.
Right. So
yeah, but
you can make
this is still not going to...
The problem with Linux is that, like, it's cool and it's, like, versatile, but nobody cares.
They want this to be what do you call it? They want it to be a casual device, as they call it. They want it so that anyone can plug it in, understand it, and start using it right away.
But the casual audience isn't going to know what the fuck this thing is.
Casual doesn't use Linux.
I think
Steam OS comes from Linux, to be
fair.
I
think Linux will be, it's a custom version of it, so it'll be front-ended. The front end of it will be much more user-friendly. They want to put
I'm thinking deeper on like...
No, this is not going to be literally launched into Linux.
Yeah, no one's opening up a terminal window and fucking...
True.
No, they're
Although, what if it did?
The interesting thing is, as they're out there talking about this thing, They say they want it to be more of a computer rather than a console.
Oh,
Then make a computer?
Because it will have a game store, media apps like Netflix and Hulu, as well as an internet browser.
So it'll just have its own like dedicated thing.
Well, it's ahead of the Switch there in that department.
Yeah. I mean, the controller looks like a bastardization of an Xbox One controller and the Steam controller. Like where the D-pad would be is
Steam
one of those
controller.
weird Steam mousy looking things.
I held a Steam controller. They're not good.
No?
No.
I was going to
Thought
buy
about getting
one.
No, man. It looks nice from afar, but
I was only going to buy it because Steam was blowing them out for like $5 around Christmas.
there's a reason why.
Yeah.
That's one I thought about. Like, oh, fucking
$5?
yeah.
Fuck it. Free shipping? Fuck it.
I'll play.
I almost bought one of those links as well, the Steam Link. But I was like, what the fuck
I'm not
am I
gonna use the Steam Link. That one I didn't think about.
They were $5 or $4 or something.
What? I'm not gonna use the goddamn Steam Link.
No, but for
The
$4,
controller, though.
I spent more money on fucking.
Oh my god! I wonder how the
Energy
controller
drinks this week.
plays a Dota.
It does.
I wonder.
Tell you what, it doesn't play Hyper Light Drifter. Well, it might. I don't
It
know.
probably does.
But you'll be able to play Hyper Light Drifter using a Joy-Con pretty soon here, because games come to Switch.
How come that wasn't shown off?
yeah, that
I don't
was
know.
literally announced right after
Yeah.
the Nindies.
Yeah.
And so was I don't think we have it in news because no one cares about this game here. But Ark Survival, that
Yeah.
dinosaur game. I think that
Played
was
a little bit
announced
of that.
that day after the Nindies
Yes.
was shown.
Yes.
Which there's an interesting story with the Ark thing about why it wasn't like showcased at Nindies.
Why?
The team or the original team of Ark gave it to this porting group that's done decent work with the Switch already. I forgot what games they've done, but they were saying that when they gave it to them, they expected like it to be playable, but not like with all the bells and whistles. And this porting group in like a couple weeks got it to the point where it was almost ready for certification. And the original developer of Ark was like, "Holy shit, we didn't expect it to see it this fast." And they were saying, like, you know, usually you give it to a team with plan A, but you usually expect plan B. The team delivered more plan A in that couple weeks.
I wonder if
than
there's
it
like
was.
miscommunication where it's like, oh shit, we have a deadline, we have to do this, and it's like, wait, we rushed for nothing. No, that's impressive though.
No, so yeah, that's why Ark was like shown off or like announced the way it was.
Weird. I don't know what this one was, but yeah, announced not long after that Nindies event. So the not being developed by the port's not being done by Heart Machine. It's being done by Abylight Studios. I don't know if I'm
doesn't
pronouncing
ring
it right.
Bell for me.
I'm gonna bing them real quick.
Abbey Light.
ABY Light. They are working closely with Yo-Yo Games, the developer of Game Maker, the engine used to create the game.
Okay.
To bring this to Switch, because if you recall, the reason this game never came to Vita or Wii, well, Vita was just because of the time it would take to develop it, but Wii U specifically because Game Maker does not play nicely with Wii U.
Neither did a lot of games.
No.
Thanks, Marc, for taking my line.
But
I was going to say something more along the lines of did anything really.
Well, Virtual Console.
Even that.
Yeah. Well, all right. I got a 404 error when I went to Abbey Light Studios website and clicked on the games tab. They have a. All right, hold on.
We just want to know what else they've done.
I know I don't.
Well, that's why they haven't done anything, evidently. That's why you got 404. Well, that's good.
Go to their blog, get 404.
Wow.
Their Twitter just has a bunch of shit about Hyper Light Drifter, and their website has a guy holding a phone, and it says,
What's the name of the
RC Club.
Hyperlight developer? Heartbox?
Heart Machine.
Heart Machine, sorry. They just were Rickrolled.
I mean, this says an entertainment company with roots going back to 2004. But, I mean, we're a fucking podcast with roots going back to 1989, so I don't know how much... I don't
Yeah.
I don't
Well, maybe, back in 2004, the internet wasn't like... It was just coming around. Maybe, they're sticking true to those 2004 roots.
Well, I mean, it looks
Maybe
like
that
they've been-
website's only accessible through dial-up.
I don't know. I'm looking through like some of their older tweets are them promoting physical releases of games. So I think they've done a lot of port work to different. Yeah, that looks right. That makes sense.
You know, it's someone's got to start somewhere. You know.
No, I think they've just done a lot of ports. I don't know them for anything else.
Their logo looks very similar to Paradox.
It looks like a Redskins logo in black and white,
or like Coffee Stain.
Hey Joe, that's offensive.
I didn't make the fucking. Anyway, I feel like we were just talking about that weird Vivendi hostile takeover.
Yeah, I don't remember if it was on air or off air.
Yeah, it was off, I think. We were just talking about it for fun, as we do. But Ubisoft finally reached an agreement to push those fuckers out. Ubisoft reaches an agreement with Vivendi for its full exit. Essentially, Ubisoft struck a deal that makes sure Vivendi will sell its entire stake in Ubisoft, which represents 27.3% of Ubisoft's share capital.
And I think there's even a clause for them to stay away for a while as well.
Yeah. Ubisoft agreed to buy back 9,090,909 of its own shares, bringing 8.1% of the capital from Vivendi back to Ubisoft. These acquisitions will be made at a price of €66 per share.
Yo, my Rainbow Six money helped them.
Yeah.
I give myself all the credit. Now I'm going to buy some stock in Ubisoft.
But yeah, I think the big thing with that is just Vivendi was very aggressively buying more and more, and it seemed like one of those things where they were inevitably going to buy Ubisoft and shut them down.
Damn.
Which would have been unfortunate because I do like Ubisoft as a publisher.
Yeah, and they've made some different moves recently that have been pretty interesting. CD Projekt Red, the developers of The Witcher, Gwent, and the upcoming Cyberpunk 2077, have just purchased themselves, or I don't know if purchased, it's not the right term. They've acquired a new developer. I see you're doing your Daniel Bryan thing over there.
I am. I'm straight I am.
They acquired another
studio to help with the development of 2077, which tells me we're getting close.
Yeah. But basically they bought a developer and then called it CD Projekt Red Rowclaw. Now that company...
It's probably just where they're located.
It's folded, yeah. And that company's now folded into CD Projekt Red, and now they'll get started on Cyberpunk 2077.
And they're probably a big part of the multiplayer thing that's been floating around out there. So there were some new details that came out. It was their talk, right? Or their press release or something like that?
Yeah,
I forget. So. Yeah.
I'm really curious about this game.
It's going to be single player focused, but multiplayer will come later.
Right.
Kind of more of
they will have a multiplayer
like
element.
a GTA 5 almost. I just don't know how soon. GTA 5 was like 2 weeks after launch. I just don't know if it's going to be 2 weeks or a year or whatever. Yeah. I don't know. Oh my god, I can't wait.
It's cool that they're growing.
You're talking about your favorite settings in games, Cyberpunk 2077. I think that's going to be that setting for me.
Cyberpunk's the other end of the spectrum for me, for sure.
Yeah, I think that's something we all agreed on was Cyberpunk.
Yeah, I agree.
Something aesthetic we all like.
Did we talk at all about Geralt being in Soul Calibur? I don't feel like we talked about it on air. Yeah, we texted about it or whatever.
Yeah.
Made fun of that stupid cover.
Yeah.
He is on the cover, isn't he?
Yeah. It's just him and Mitsurugi.
Which, I mean...
It just feels lazy.
Well, Soul Calibur 2 had Link and then 2 other people, and then...
But then PS2 had Heihachi and 2 other people, and the Xbox had Spawn and 2 other people. See what I'm getting at? There was more than one character.
Yeah.
That's... So this is all platforms.
So you hit this
DLC.
button. If you're on the Mac side, you hit Command C, and then
Command
V.
If you do Command Option S, you can do
Select
Save
all.
As.
Oh, Save As.
And then you can save as GameCube, save as PS2. That's
cover art dot GameCube.
Right.
But it was still tasteful. It had like the black and white look to it, and it was minimal. And then like
this is minimum too.
You know what else
minimum
is,
effort. Oh.
You know what else is minimal? Mark of the Ninja remastered.
I like this.
Yes. So
we got around to playing this game, so I'm kind of curious.
Likewise,
I played it.
There was a Nindies Direct, which I don't even think we talked about last week that it was announced, but here we are.
It wasn't announced until midweek, I thought.
No, we knew about it because it was Tuesday that it happened, and then
It was like 2 days prior I found out about it.
we knew about it like
I didn't know
Friday
that.
or something. Either way,
All right.
the Nindy Showcase, we are not going to spend a ton of time on it because the thing was
they
only
didn't spend a ton.
11
time on
minutes.
it.
But Damon Baker introduced a whole bunch of.
I like that dude.
Damon Baker, along with, and I don't remember the other dude's name because I've only seen him the one time now, but brought another dude out on stage.
It was like 14 games or something?
Let's find out. Mark of the Ninja Remastered coming to Switch this fall. That was the Ninja 2D
Stealth game.
game.
Yeah. It's tough. It's good, but tough.
I don't believe this press release has these in order of
How they showed
them, so forgive me, but Banner Saga 3.
Yeah, that was like the last
that's
one
what they
showed.
ended on.
Yeah, Banner Saga 3 coming.
That's cool.
In addition to Banner Saga 1 and 2 also coming to Switch. So Banner Saga 3 is coming in summer. Saga 1 and 2 are meant to come before 3, and then all of the choices from the first two games carry into 3.
Nice.
So I would expect those two to launch in the next months and probably Saga somewhere.
That's a series I always wanted to play. I'm glad that it's
They
doing...
seem like fine games, just never got into them.
I feel like it's the indie Fire Emblem.
Oh, okay.
I can see that.
Because like it's good animation too. Like I'm glad it's doing well.
No, I never thought it was a bad game. Just not my cup of tea.
My cup of tea was announced Lumines Remastered. Dude.
Is this like Sideways Tetris?
Dude.
I never played a Luminous game, but I've always seen it. I'm like,
oh my god. I didn't play one until Vita, because it was a launch game on Vita. And then I went back and started playing all. They're so good.
it's very complex.
They're just rhythm game Tetris-y type. They're not really Tetris-y. The blocks give you that impression, but it's not quite match 3, but you are like matching little it's blocks of 4.
You're not matching blocks to clear them.
You are.
You are.
Yeah.
Okay.
You're clearing them, and then it's all rhythmic, like everything. There's a bar that goes from left to right. 4 beats at a time, and you need to stack up blocks in color pairs, and the thing will go across and wipe away anything that you've matched up.
Okay.
And then it'll sweep back to the beginning, and you have that amount of time to prepare your next set. It's a little bit like Tetris, where you're trying to keep it below a certain level. But anyway, this one's cool. And in addition to, they didn't really talk a ton about this, I don't think. But Luminous Remastered on Switch, because this got announced, subsequent to this, it was announced for PS4 and everything else. The Switch version is going to do some cool shit. So this is coming from Enhanced Games, who the original, or the head of Enhanced is the guy who created Rez. And you know that, right? Dude likes some weird shit.
Mm-hmm.
So Marc McDonald, who previously of 8.4 but is now at Enhance, was on Giant Bombcast this week talking about some of the stuff they're doing with this game. Switch version is going to be the one to get. He talked about weird shit where, like, hey, you got extra Joy-Con? Tape them to your feet and you'll feel the fucking rumble as you play this game. Like, they're fully supporting, like, yeah.
Tape them to your feet.
Strap them to your legs. Put them in your socks, man. Feel the rumble. Like, the rumble is going to dictate into... I mean, that's what he said. He said you put it wherever you want to put it, but, they're doing stuff where it's like you'll have one that vibrates to the beat of the drum, one that vibrates to the beat of whatever, and, like, it seems pretty cool. Spring, which is soon, because it's actually spring right now, so watch out. Just Shapes and Beats, a musical bullet hell, another rhythm game.
I don't remember this one.
This one looks really cool. It was all chiptune stuff, and it'll be a timed console exclusive. What'd you say?
I didn't know if you had like visuals.
I don't. It's
just
just
a top
just
down,
text.
like he said, shooter hell.
Yeah.
Yeah, just
bullet hell.
I don't know
Yep.
why I
Bullet hell.
can't remember what it looked like.
I vaguely remember it.
Just Shapes and Beats.
That was an all one that seemed.
Yeah. Down with it. Reigns, Kings and Queens. Reigns was a mobile game.
Yeah, it's actually quite good. I own it.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I never played it. And they had the expansion, which was Her Majesty.
Yeah, something like that.
So now both of them are coming together as one package, Reigns, Kings and Queens, to Switch. Also, with the Switch version, there'll be an exclusive local co-op multiplayer mode.
Oh, I wonder how that works.
Mm-hmm.
Because it's like a card game. You know, you get a stack of cards. You know, trying to maintain all these different levels of your kingdom, like the religious level, there's like a warrior level. There's two other things.
Money
is one, and like you swipe these cards and choices of like yes or no or different decisions, and it impacts the levels in different ways. And
Tinder.
it's pretty, and it's like a roguelike.
It seemed like Tinder, but with
yeah.
It's published by Devolver.
Yep.
No, it's a good little time killer. Like I actually keep going back to it from time to time. It's still on my phone right now, actually. Yeah, right there, bottom left. I keep it around.
The Messenger.
Yes.
This one probably the highlight outside of Luminous for me, I think.
This is one that looks like Ninja Gaiden.
Yes.
And then you can switch between 8-bit to 16-bit.
Oh, okay. Yep.
Yeah. And not only you have to.
Yeah.
It seems like. You must switch between the two in order to find different things hidden within the world.
That looks fucking cool.
That'll be out this summer. Fantasy Strike. The fighting game.
Oh, yeah, I remember there being a fighting game.
Coming this summer.
It didn't do anything to stand out from the rest of them.
Yeah. Pool Panic.
Pool Panic.
Oh, that
funny.
was that.
That's from Adult Swim.
Yeah, that was that one where you use like a cue ball to like knock out enemies and stuff.
You're
like
playing
that.
pool, but not on a pool table. You're playing pool everywhere else, and it's not with actual balls.
Yeah.
Everyone's just ball shaped and ball people.
It seemed unique. It looked fun.
Yeah. I think there's a multiplayer aspect to it.
Yeah. Garage looked fucking dope.
Looked good.
Yeah, this is my other one. This and Messenger.
Yeah.
And what Nindy showed off wasn't that convincing for me because they had to filter it because there's so much blood and gore.
Right.
But you watch whatever Tiny Build released, like a 10-second clip on Twitter or something.
Yeah.
Sold. I told him, I was like,
And
I am sold.
Tiny Build, who are they?
They did the game No Time to Explain. I think that's what it's called, where it's just like you're going through like these crazy action like 2D side-scrolling game where it's like you from the future is coming back to you now, so they like need your help, and it's like no time to explain. You're just like shooting lasers and using rockets, and it's just batshit crazy.
I don't remember that, but I remember them from something else because their logo is so familiar.
That's the guy. That's the main character from No Time to Explain.
But that game doesn't ring a bell. There's something else that I'm looking through their game list.
I think they publish other games, or are they just developers? Hello Neighbor, Punch Club, Party Hard.
I remember like all these games.
Speedrunners.
Party Hard. I know that game. That's the one where you try to kind of massacre.
Mr. Shifty, Cluster Truck.
They all look.
The Final Station.
But I just.
Well, the Final Station sounds familiar too.
That's on Switch. It's on PC too, but it's apocalypse game where you have a train.
Oh yeah,
that's
right.
And
Yeah. No, Party Down I remember, or Party Hard.
Party Hard.
Yeah. It's like the killer game, right?
Yeah.
Lightfall, another game coming to Switch. This one was that platformer that kind of used pastel colors, really like soft edges. But there was a lot of like cool platforming and stuff where you were able to kind of manifest that weird floaty box out of nowhere and
just by Celeste.
Yeah, I mean if you're gonna buy one, buy Celeste. But Bomb Chicken.
I actually want to play.
Yeah, this seemed like a Marc game.
It's your chicken that shits bombs.
And
then you push them. It
looks a little bit like Enter the Gungeon. I'm gonna
a little bit.
If it's the same people.
It could be.
Uh,
They just ported over Under the Gungeon to Switch too, right?
I keep almost buying them.
Same.
I almost bought down PS4. I'm over that train though.
Yeah. Pode. Co-op exploration puzzle coming to Switch in spring. I don't remember this at all.
I barely remember it, but I do
remember that.
She's very minimal. It's kind of like Ibn Ab. It reminds me of.
Is this one that like hit the press release but wasn't actually in the presentation?
It was in the presentation.
It was?
Yeah, they actually highlighted it for a little bit.
I don't remember it at all. Maybe that was when I was eating my Chick-fil-A. I don't know. West of Loathing seems like the Marcest of Marc games of all time.
Actually,
Is this a stick figure game?
Yeah, it's a stick figure
I kind
game.
of was drawn to this one a little bit.
It's intriguing, but what the fuck?
This is something I'd probably play for a little bit.
I mean, dude, if this thing comes out and it's like $10, I can see you buying it immediately.
Yeah, I don't know how long I'd play it for though.
I don't know.
It depends on its replay value, I guess.
Yeah. And then Bad North, which was a... What kind of game was it? Like not a tower defense, strategy-ish,
Oh yeah.
real-time tactics roguelite, as they call it.
Wasn't this the one they were advertising as you were on the opposite side of the tower defense? You were trying to invade the fortress?
Yeah, that sounds right.
It looks very artsy.
But it was, hey, if you fail, you're done forever, that kind of thing.
Looks pretty.
Sure does.
Looks like it'd be a phone game.
Yeah.
It's coming to the Switch.
So there you have it. Your Nindy showcase. That's 2 directs back to back. What will next week bring?
We're done for a bit.
All right. Maybe Mother 3. I don't know.
May.
Hellblade: Senua's Sacrifice is coming to Xbox One on April 11th. With enhancements for Xbox One X. If you purchase the game during its first week or pre-order it, you will get a 10% discount. That came out for PS4 and Steam last year, August. I played it just before Game of the Year, and I quite liked it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know, it was a good couple hours. Enjoyed that. Speaking of enjoying, our final news story for the week. No, not our final news story for the week. We got one that I completely forgot about that pissed me off.
Oh boy.
Yeah. I was waiting on that Nindies Direct to see if Team Cherry was going to get out there. Talk about Hollow Knight.
Joe was saying previously to the Indies that he'd be extremely disappointed if he didn't hear an update on Hollow Knight.
They didn't fucking talk about Hollow Knight. And they tweeted the night before, had I seen it, hey, we won't be in that Direct tomorrow. Don't look for us. But we'll talk about it later this week. And later this week they did. However, still nothing on Switch. On Team Cherry's blog, they announced the Lifeblood update, which is now they're doing a soft launch in public beta for PC players on Steam. Basically, as this is kind of cool, as they've been working on bringing the game to Switch, they've changed a lot of the guts of the games and made balances to it. They've changed how sound is output, how visual effects are created, and all that stuff, because they're trying to not only bring it to Switch, but they've done a lot of work to make sure that game runs at 60 and is flawless on Switch. And by doing that, they've learned a lot about the development, because it's their first game too. And they built it in Unity, so they're doing a lot of that and taking it back to the PC version. So this Lifeblood update, they added a little bit of extra content to the game, and then they've kind of added some of those tweaks back into the game.
How long does it take to go to file and then export?
I mean, dude, that's what I'm saying.
Unity has the fucking button. Just hit switch.
But they did give an update on the Switch version.
So we know it's coming.
It is.
So that's good.
So Switch, their aim has always been to have minimal load times and steady FPS. And over the last month, they've smoothed out the last couple of problem spots and locked in. So minimal load times, 60 FPS, locked, even in handheld mode.
I feel
which
like
is pretty impressive.
That's good.
Because fucking Nintendo can't do that with some of their stuff.
I just didn't expect that to be such a challenge for, like, no offense to it, but like just a 2D game. I didn't think it would have problems with loading and frame rate. I mean, I guess
it depends how many characters you have on screen.
I was about to say,
no,
yeah,
that game has a lot. That game does a lot of like weird little glowy things.
Because it's not like sprites. It's like
hand
drawn, right? Like it looks.
It is, it's hand drawn, but like all that stuff, like
not flash animation, but like something.
No, but like
similar.
this, like my Mac running that game just screams.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, it's a fucking 6-year-old Mac.
But because like I was playing Ori and the Blind Forest, that was a lot of the particle effects were eating up a lot of.
Yeah, and that's all. Yeah. It's a lot of that stuff, for sure. But they got it to work on Switch, which is dope.
It's a big ass map.
Yeah. Languages. Hollow Knight is in 10 languages, and as they release on Switch, they want all 10 to be supported at launch.
Those are the real heroes here for any of these games.
So yeah, to put that all through, they have to go through localization with all that stuff, making sure that alphabets and spacing and all of that and whatever. And they said it's a big undertaking that goes largely unseen by players, but they're very close on this and using the beta for Lifeblood out on PC to iron out the issues with that will then fold back into the Switch release. Bugs, although the game is crawling with bugs in game. That's my pun, not theirs. I'm real good, not them.
Get fucked.
Yeah. There's a couple of crash bugs that are happening, and a couple other things that they are ironing down. And then finally, they say they're not ready to even give an update on release window, which they said they acknowledge it can be frustrating to hear, but they don't want to set a concrete target until they're sure they can hit it and that the game is rock solid. We're close, but there are a lot of small bits to tie up and plenty of testing to do. We'll keep working at it, and we'll keep everyone updated as we approach the big day.
Hyperlight was the same way.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, like, it'll be worth it when it's out. Yeah. I already know.
There's other games to play in the meantime.
I already know I'm there.
I'm saying, I mean, think about this time 3 years ago. They probably would put a release date on it and just delay it.
Right.
How many delays have we seen
as an industry
in recent memory here since that whole that whole year of everything getting delayed?
Yeah, there hasn't been. It's been reduced since.
Yeah, and they're doing the Fallout way too of like the all right, here's the date. It's 6 months from now or whatever.
Right.
Or you want to pull a Smash and just put the year up there.
Well, it's just a port, Mark, so you don't have to put much effort into it.
Well, then it would have been out already, wouldn't it?
But they got to add Inklings and balance them.
The big surprise would be Mother 3.
Yeah.
Speaking of Mother 3, E3 is so close. Just over 2 months away. I don't know if you guys know that.
Fucking nuts.
You took time off, right? You're ready to go?
So.
You get your time off? Ready to go? You got to put that in.
Is it not on the weekend?
I mean, there's the Monday and Tuesday part of it.
EA is going to go on the Wednesday before.
Yeah. Actually, EA's E3 press conference is happening right now.
I'm not taking off
for
that one. I'll just...
no, we got that Sunday.
Sunday night, Xbox.
Sunday. We got Cookout at the Free Cheese headquarters.
Are we still doing
We're not getting
poisoned. We got propane.
No. The reactions immediately after. We doing that whole thing?
We're yet to discuss that here at the Free Cheese headquarters, but
we'll figure that part out. But yeah, I mean, we gotta watch all that stuff. We gotta eat them burgers. Gotta have them hot dogs.
No sickness.
No sickness, unless you want to get down with the sickness. That's what I'm saying. Anyway,
fuck,
E3,
I hate being 2 seconds late to the party.
Yeah. It's all right. You'll be right on time for the party. This June, when Nintendo brings Super Smash Bros. In Splatoon 2 to Electronic 3.
That's playable gameplay at E3.
Yes, it sure does.
We're going to see a demo.
Oh, yeah.
You're going to see more than a demo, girl.
You think they're going to start off with it or end with it?
They're going to start off with it and be like, all right, guys, here's the answer to your question. It is a port.
No, it is not.
And then I will sell my stock at that point.
Hold on, though. So June 11th, that's the Monday, right? I think so.
I don't remember. Here, let's pull up a calendar on
our
electronic devices.
Yes, June 11th is the Monday, because that is Oswald's birthday.
Oh.
Yeah, a little doggo party. But June 11th, is that going to be the Splatoon? Yes. Yes? No, both. June 11th and 12th. Nintendo is hosting an event featuring high-level gameplay on both Super Smash Bros. And Splatoon 2. This will be the first ever exhibition tournament featuring the recently announced Super Smash Bros. Game coming to Switch in 2018.
That's crazy. And
the first World Championship for Splatoon 2 after the game's launch. The gathering will be a celebration of fun for all ages, etc., etc.
What a way to show that game off. Like, that's when you'll see the little intricate details of how everything, like how the characters move, like how they,
Because if this is what it is, this is assuming that things, because I don't believe part of this, none of this talks about what Nintendo is doing for E3. Like, They don't have a date for their digital event.
Remember when they won the one E3 just by showing off Zelda?
We assume that their digital event is going to happen that Tuesday morning, but we do not know. The only thing we know about their E3 plans are these two things. So
It's probably for the best.
well, oh, fuck me in the fuck. Hold on. Sorry, get live breakthrough right now in my brain, coming out from my top part of my head to the bottom part of my mouth,
dude.
out to you. Listen to this. Hear me out here. They're going to have to show this game off, right? They're showing this game off starting on June 11th. But that's just going to be them playing it. Okay? Follow me here. You're not just going to throw shit up on stage and have everyone go, wow, this is the first time we're seeing it. It means I think we're getting a Smash Direct before E3 to detail a little bit more about the game. Then you roll into E3 saying, hey, here's the invitational. Watch the game be played. Then during the digital event Tuesday morning, they, give you the full detail. No?
I mean, possibly.
I could see that more as being like a treehouse thing.
Yeah, but if this invitational is happening before their digital event should normally happen, right? Like, we're assuming...
You think they'll just show information during the event?
Or is it fair to,
Kind of like that in Justice.
just have gameplay the thing, and then just make the actual direct, like, this character's coming, and
yeah, but that's so distracting for the players. If the first time people are seeing it around the world and in the audience is while you're playing, that, you know what I mean?
That's
like
what happened with Mario 3.
Come on, dude. Fucking wizard. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, there's a bunch of different ways of doing it. I still think, and this might tie into yours, that May is going to be an online direct. We have to get out in front of it before E3.
Yeah.
Because it's not...
Smash has to be...
It's not going to make anyone happy. Even if they made it the best thing they could possibly do, someone's going to be pissed off about it.
I would be pissed off if they spent E3 talking about the online strategy. I want games, not
Yeah, exactly. So, May's
your virtual console.
May is
I guarantee
online,
it's just
and then
online
it ends...
and not virtual console. And it's going to be like...
I still don't... Well, I mean, my prediction earlier this year says that otherwise, but I don't think a virtual console's coming. Like, I said it... That's my prediction earlier this year. Or it's not coming in the traditional sense. I think you do online, and then to blanket all the shitty things they just said, you talk about Smash. Because everyone will forget about what you just said.
Yep. Like, hey,
It's the typical PlayStation E3 when they were like, you can share your games, but you're paying for online this time, and everyone forgot about online.
Yeah. Now I'm looking now. You were already wrong about something, so that means you're probably gonna be wrong about the rest of it.
Resident Evil 2 thing.
Yeah.
Everyone was convinced, though.
Dude. I mean, yeah,
my heart's still there for it.
Anyway, so the Smash stuff, they are inviting people to it. The Splatoon 2 World Championship, you can now participate not now, but you can sign up to qualify from April 21st through April 28th, which means we've got just a couple weeks here, fellas, and we need a fourth. So, listeners, if you're listening and you are a fourth of Splatoon and you know how to use Discord, hit us up.
Notice how we didn't say the Nintendo Switch app.
Yeah.
What app?
Teams will compete in Turf War during the open qualifiers and in ranked battle modes during the finals. You can go to the E3 Nintendo website to find out the specifics. I looked into this, obviously, right? They're doing it all through Battlefy.
Battle.net?
Battlefy. battlefy.com/Splatoon2.
Battlefy.
To register. So if y'all want, if we can get a fourth, I am fucking down to qualify. There's not a lot of people. There's only 107 teams.
I guarantee 106 would be better than the team we put together.
I don't know, man. All we gotta do is win Turf War. We could probably, I'm not saying we get to LA, but we could probably place pretty high.
I don't play Turf War enough.
That's all I've played.
All right,
So there's leg up there.
Because I'm like not level 10. I'm like right on the edge of 9.
I would say if we can find a 4th in the next 3 weeks here, I'm signing us up. I might sign us up anyway and just lie. Say we have
Just control 2 switches. Like
yeah, we got a team of 9. Alternates, just in case somebody gets sick or like dies or something.
Oh, yeah.
You never know. I mean, people die. People die all the time.
Hey, Miracle wasn't playing in the Dota tournament this year.
I might be dead right now.
The coach had
Team
to come
Organ
in.
Trail.
Think about that.
Dysentery.
Heen was playing.
I don't know what that means.
Coach Heen was playing for Liquid this weekend. Instead of Miracle.
See?
He was on vacation.
Exactly. Anyway. I think the big thing out of this is obviously that Super Smash Brothers is going to be shown off.
Yeah.
They're leaning into this as a competitive sport, and obviously they're not letting up from Splatoon 2 being a competitive sport. They're partnering with. I looked into this Battle. Apparently, it's a big old thing. I've never been.
I never heard of it till now.
There's like a lot of professional tournaments run through this to create teams and to organize events and stuff like that. Look at that, Matt. They have Dota 2. Yeah.
I get access to Battle Cups every week.
So there you go.
As a Dota Plus member.
Yeah, the fact that they're letting people play it before their event says a lot about this game's development.
Well, we don't know that that's before their event. Their event still might...
Okay, well, regardless, the fact they're able to play it.
But
this
E3
early.
got so weird last year. What if their event is Monday morning?
What if the game comes out like the week after?
No. Shit ain't gonna happen.
Could you imagine?
I'd fucking die.
Shadow drop.
Yeah. Anyway. E3 hype train. It begins. Now. I think that's all we got this week. You guys got big plans for the week?
Open a day. Then I'm off for an extended period of time. Starting Thursday. I'm off for like 5 days in a row.
What the fuck? How? Vacation?
Vacation.
Little mini.
Just maybe taking a dock in the pay. I don't know.
Right.
That's what happens when you live at home. I can take a 72-hour work week.
I can't take 5 minutes off without feeling like I'm going to not be able to pay the mortgage.
I live at home. You live
Yeah, I know.
as an adult.
I know. Trade-offs. I can walk around eating chocolate pudding. I guess you could too.
I don't think anyone's stopping me, but maybe. I don't know.
Who knows?
I don't know. I live under a dictatorship of my parents.
Yeah.
Fair enough. They're very nice people, though.
Yeah.
I'm kind of just roommates with my brother. Like, we hardly see each other because of our shifts. But, like, there's no really, like... It's just any rules that you would have in public. Just don't be a dick.
Yeah.
Don't let your dick hang out. I get it.
I get it.
See,
too,
now,
I've
if I
heard.
owned my own place, I would walk around with my dick out. I would just be naked everywhere.
See, everyone always says that. I have lived not at home for 5-6 years now.
Everyone says it for a reason.
But
But I wouldn't in the winter. That's my small
I don't
test.
in the summer. I don't do it in the winter. I don't do it ever.
Summer, I would have to.
I don't like
To
even
be
the,
fair, you always have your living room and dining room windows open because of the plants.
even when they're closed. I'm still like. Here's my thing. I don't want to put my asshole all over the couch.
Well, okay.
I know what comes out of that thing. I know that I like to sit and eat on that couch. I don't need my asshole anywhere near things that I sit and eat on.
It's more in a situation of like, I wouldn't lay around on something. It's like, hey, I need to go downstairs real quick to get something. I don't feel like getting dressed to do it, so I'll just, whatever, fuck it. Go down there and like, maybe I needed, I don't know, maybe I bought shampoo and left it in the kitchen. Run down,
I get that part.
blah.
But
Like-
I've also adapted to.
Yeah, but
there's-
I'm not gonna wipe my ass like a cat on shit. Like on
Yeah, I mean,
couches
yeah,
and-
no one's. But no, I mean, like the even that, I still like.
Yeah,
I
that
run
would
down
be-
in the morning. I'm wearing something.
Yeah, I just like whenever I go to sleep, I usually like if I'm wearing like shorts, like a shirt or something, I always wake up with it off. Somehow I wake up, I throw it across the room,
Huh.
and I don't know how it got there. So I wouldn't be surprised if I just get up naked without thought, and it's like, yeah, whatever.
I usually just wake up in pain
Oh,
every day. The dogs. The
Oh,
dogs
yeah.
sleep in these fucked up positions. Yeah, you know.
I know. I had the fucking face sucker
Oh my god.
that one morning.
Oswald likes to wrap necks. So you're laying on your back, and he'll just climb around you and then put his face. But in the bed, what'll happen is Oswald will lay across like the pillow so that you can't really rest your head comfortably on the pillow. And then Earl will sleep between the two of us, but he'll put his legs straight out so that you're pushed to the very edge of the bed. Katie sleeps fine. Me.
I just imagine they just run in and just like hop on your chest and.
No, I mean, they just, when it's bedtime, usually when it's bedtime, both dogs are already asleep on the couch. And then you say, hey, it's bedtime. And Earl looks up and he goes, really? Are you fucking with me right now? And when he sees that he can pick up on our motions moving there. Then he'll sprint up the stairs. Oswald, he lays on the couch and says, fuck you. You got to pick him up and carry him. But once you get him into bed, they're both just plopped. 2 plop boys.
This is a picture I took late at night when I was sleeping over here. That's him all over me.
Which one's that?
Oswald.
Yep, there it is.
Paul in the face.
Yep, that's him. It's my son.
His paws are made for walking.
See, you lucked out because Earl didn't get all up on you while you were sleeping when you were here. With me, he just arms in. Like, I wake up with like weird marks on me because they just fucking push and scratch. It's fun. A lot of fun. Wouldn't trade it for the world. But I also don't wipe my asshole on the couch. I'll tell you that right now.
No asshole wiping on the couch. Got it.
Just flip the cushions over. God.
Mine are zipped in. You know, it's not down here. Asshole on that couch all day.
Yeah. Flip it
Shit.
over. Literally.
Yeah. Well, that's 241. We've done a lot of these fucking things, haven't we? Like a lot.
I feel like you should be in the 300s already.
Technically, we'd be on the cusp of it. We took that little hiatus before 150. Remember, what did we do? 149 and we never came back? Or was it 150 and we never came back?
I don't even know now.
I think it was 149 and then there was a big 6-month gap.
It feels so long ago, but at the same time, it doesn't.
It was only 2 years ago.
Yeah.
That was when we were buying the house and moving and all the bullshit. And then once we got grounded in here, and then we jumped back in and boom, boom, boom.
I've only been around for 80.
Really?
Yeah, it's 166. I just looked it up.
Jesus.
When I started. That's tomorrow.
Jesus. When was your first one? You remember the number?
Oh.
I had to look it up.
Well, see, would that number be different depending on how we're doing things now?
Yeah, you'd be back in the foreplay days probably, right? No, you...
I started your E3 at
Yeah. What
wherever.
was that? Were we foreplay at that point, or were we the
think-
free cheese?
I think you were the free cheese.
We were the free cheese at that point.
Yeah, but it wasn't
because you helped us get back to our roots. You were like, "Hey, it's cool you guys are doing this comic book and movie shit, but what if we just did video games again?"
Holy shit, what an idea.
Well, it just seemed there was the most enthusiasm.
No, I mean we had like
there.
17 video game articles a week, and then we had like 2.
Because like E3, like you guys made it into like an event.
Man, that was a good E3.
I mean, I felt useless, but I just had a phone, and everybody was like typing articles like that. The moment that shit was on air,
That shit was
like,
wild.
yeah.
For no reason other than to see if we could do it. And we fucking did it.
And plus cookout and
Yeah, it was a lot of
all
fun.
that stuff. But see, because that was when they first announced Breath of the Wild.
Yeah.
Before it got delayed 4 or 5 times.
Hey, 3 of those were for the Switch.
It's true. I'll take it. Yeah, it's true. Man, E3. I can smell
I can't
it.
wait for E3, man. You guys got me excited.
Yeah, I know. You gonna watch some old press conferences tonight? I can't even talk. I'm so fucking excited.
I don't know, man. I might watch that Sony, The Year of Dreams, man.
Ooh.
God, that's such a good one.
I like
fucking Jackie T up there.
I like digging into the weird ones. Like, give me some of that fucking Nintendo 2007 shit.
But what I'd like to do is the PS4. That Year of Dreams one is so high. I need to bring myself down, so I'll watch the PS3 one. Where he's like, you're gonna want to get a second job.
Yeah,
like,
the PS3 one's
Fuck
good
you.
though. Giant enemy crab. That's.
Or the Wonder Book one where you're like looking at your
No.
watch like,
No.
what the fuck?
That Wonder Book one. Was that one we were covering? No, Wonder Book was, I think.
I don't know, but you had a break for 15 minutes.
No, I think the first one we kind of covered as the free cheese was the Destiny one, like the PS4.
Oh, I like the Destiny.
Right when
That was like a reveal of that game.
the one where like they showed off Destiny, and then right after they were like, "Yo, PS4 pre-orders happen right now." Remember that?
I remember. Oh yeah, I remember.
I don't know.
That was that night because we were all outside smoking cigarettes and ordering PS4s on Amazon. And the cops came because we were throwing rocks at trains.
Yeah, I wasn't part of that.
We were like, nah, we didn't do that. And they were like, can we see some IDs? And we're like, yeah, I guess so.
That was those Xbox buttholes over across the street.
Yeah. We got to complain about some kids throwing rocks. I'm like,
No, those rocks throwing kids.
yeah.
Just go arrest them.
They said someone was up there. And like, yeah, somebody dropped a cigarette up there. Really? It's a far way to drop a cigarette? Yeah, I know. We thought so too.
I'm glad you guys came.
Yeah. Thanks for checking up on us, though. We're good.
Yeah.
They leave. Rocks!
Right at the cop car. Woo-woo!
We were good kids, you know? All right. Thefreecheese.com is a website you can go to. iTunes, etc. Download the podcast, listen to it. Share it with a friend. YouTube.com is another place where we have things. We have things on the internet. You can find out more about it on Twitter, where you can find us posting Splatoon clips, retweeting dank memes, and breaking Hank Hill's dreams. The Free Cheese is at Some Free Cheese. Marc is at _mental. Matt is at MattyIce131, and I am at The Free Cheese. Ben is at Sev Benz. Send us some tweets. Tell me you miss him. We do. And we're all dying to know.
What color?
Anyway.
We're going to send him into the Unity port switch to make him be here.
Oh, command.
BenBarris.freecheesepodcast.
How is this bleeding? Jeez. All right.
I see.
We're all bleeding.
Covered in blood.
I think we just got a name for the podcast.
We sure did. We'll see you next week with episode 242. Thank you, Marc. Thank you, Matt, for hanging out. Thank you, listener, for listening. We'll see you next time.